because I think it's expanding the area, so not feel so constricted. And then when I sleep on my shoulders, like when I sleep on my side, like I really be waking up in pain. Yeah, so I gotta sleep on my back.
Yeah.
I'll be trying.
If you're gonna sleep on your back flat, then you gotta put something under your leg. That's weird. Otherwise, you're gonna cause another set of issues.
I don't want issues. I really want to sleep like the heating pad kind of encourages that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And then I wake up like, oh, ew, ouch. And then I'm like, oh, I'm on my side.
Yeah, I'll do it. Smacking that shoulder in.
But it be the whole shoulder girdle, though. It don't just be the one I'm laying on.
Yeah, because they connected. Yeah, so you're not just smashing them. See what I mean? Gravity pulling this one. So yeah, smack it. Not good.
I don't like it.
It's not good. You shouldn't like it. Well, don't take it then. I agree. All the things and all the stuff. Hey. Is there anything you don't want me to ask before I forget that? I usually don't ask that.
Don't ask me my age.
She said, "Don't worry about how old
I
am."
If you know me, I'm an open book.
Okay.
Don't ask me nothing about Marvin Sapp. I ain't talking about Marvin Sapp today.
1212 is your girl JustPatrice. Baaaby JustPatrice is officially in the building. Welcome to Monday. Y'all know how we get down right here each and every Monday, 1 to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm not even lying, y'all. Somebody was on time today. All of our stuff was together today. I don't even know what happened, and I was so excited that I ended up still not getting on the air until 20 minutes later. But I was ready and together. I just want to know that I didn't have my guests looking crazy or nothing. Today. And the sun is shining so warmly that I scooted us up a few inches so our backs would not be on the fire. Okay? Listen, I don't know what y'all know about March, but y'all know how I get down each and every March. I think it's important to celebrate right along with the rest of the nation. It is Women's History Month. However, I try to put a spin on it because there are talks across the country, around the world, about all of the famous people who made the history books already. That's an important statement there. And we celebrate them and re-celebrate them and re-celebrate them over and over again. I mean, not that we're not appreciative of the things that they've done. However, I believe if you're going to celebrate, you got to celebrate those people closest to you first. Okay? And as a woman, in business, connected to the people that I'm connected to, I understand that I am because they are. You understand what I'm saying? And with that being the case, I think it's necessary to honor those women and then to remind you all that you should honor the women that are close to you. They're a part of your history. Talking about women's history, not just the world's history, but your personal history. It'll bring you closer to those people, make you closer to your children, to your siblings, to your grandparents, and things like that. When people see you for who you are, which is more than just a mom, more than just a worker, more than just you're a woman, you are a person, and the things that you have accomplished to get you where you are today should be celebrated. And that is what we are doing today. Two of my favorite people in the building, and I cannot tell you how happy I was that March 31st was coming around the corner because they are here. I am blessed to be hanging out with these sisters. Immediately to my left, we have Sister Jamila Careny is in the building. What up, Jay Careny?
Good afternoon, everyone. Delighted to be here.
Not delighted.
Delighted.
Yes. And to her left, we have Sister Shaamika Robinson in the building. What up, Shaamika?
How you doing? It is an honor.
I love it.
Well,
listen, I'm just saying, my door, and I'm gonna say this again, is always open. And even if, and I'm gonna say this again, especially when you see me in a public place like this, if I'm interviewing somebody, this door is open. And this you can come hang out, we can chop it up, you can be like, you know what? First of all, I hear what the person is saying right there, but let me say, and then we're gonna have the conversation. This forum is open for all of these things. Also, I invite you to call in, because if these sisters have said something that either moved you or made you say, hold on a second, you're welcome to call in 414-885-4739. But I'm gonna remind you, my click finger is strong and quick. Okay? So we're gonna call and we're gonna comment in respect. We're gonna comment on the wall here on Live with JustPatrice on my personal page. We're gonna comment on blowradio.com with all due respect, because if you know, I'll block faster than a linebacker, G, and harder. Just me. So we're gonna talk a little bit about some things and share some love with these sisters. Shout out to Jalen So Threads for chiming in. What's going on, sis? Loretta Star Maria's in the building. Oh my goodness. And Shanetta Wright has chimed in as well. If you are saying hello, swinging by, make sure you speak to us, because we'd love to speak to you as well. And I would give formal introductions, but I'm going to give these women an opportunity to introduce themselves just a little bit, tell you a little bit about them. And if I feel like they shine ain't bright enough for themselves, I got like 3 flashlights on deck right here. We're ready to go. So we're going to start with Sister Jamila. What's good, sis? What's good?
Good afternoon, everybody. Y'all already know who it is. It's Minister Jamila Careny. I don't belong to the church. I belong to the streets. Also known as Lady J. Janelle Outsided, and your favorite yoga teacher. I'm in the building. Live with JustPatrice.
Yes, listen. Lady J. Janae of Outsidington.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't to me. That's Lady J. Janae. Lady who? Rewind. The Lady J. Janae of Outsidington. What inspired that title?
So Lady J. Janae of Outsidington was inspired by Bridgerton.
Okay.
And so the Netflix show Bridgerton, you know, I just really enjoyed it. So I was like, ooh, I did one of those little Facebook quizzes, and it was like, your Bridgerton name. Mm-hmm. And so the day that you were born, the month that you were born, and then like the first letter of your middle name or something like that. I didn't like that name.
Okay.
So I made up my own.
Yes, it did.
So Janae is actually my middle name.
really?
Yes,
Okay.
and then J for Jamila, and y'all know where I be.
Yeah, outside.
Outside.
For sure.
So put the INGTON, then there you go.
It's right exciting too.
Outside 10.
That's where the name came from anyway. I want y'all to know that. That's how they literally was just making up people's last names. And that's why they did that. You probably would have been an outsider.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe they just name outside and you can catch me.
Yes, indeed.
Outside.
So you said that you are our favorite yoga teacher. Is that correct?
Correct.
Come on now. So we teaching body flexing. Like people act like they don't know what yoga is, and we're gonna give it to them like they really don't know what yoga is. So when you say that, what is it?
So what is yoga?
Yes.
Yoga is a mind and body spirit practice that has ancient roots in Egypt as well as in what used to be known as India, right? And so it really is a practice of moving your body, a practice of moving your mind, and really a practice of manipulating your breath. Here in the Western civilization, we have just taken kind of the breath and body out of the yoga, and so we use it for workout. It's a physical activity. Slide down to Embody Yoga MKE. I teach there several days out of the week, and also listen, www.agapeyogastry, that's AGAPEYOGASTRY.com. The new website just launched on March 14th. I'll pull up on you. You don't have to pull up on me.
Did you hear it? First of all, I'm yes. Come on, put her on one time.
Put me on one time.
Put her on one time. I think that sometimes it's okay to share who you are in all of its facets. I want the people to get a taste of your personality. Not that they don't, because baby, when you show up, she shows up. Okay, side note, y'all. Listen, this last little outfit I saw you in
Saturday.
What is that?
With the marvelous situation.
Is the mom situation with the Larry bag?
Yes.
No, I call it the Larry bag. I know it's the
Shout out to Lawrence Andrew
Listen.
The collective is coming, y'all.
Woo!
If y'all don't have y'all tickets on Sunday, April 27th. The collective. Go to Lawrence Andrews' Facebook page or to his Instagram. Get you a ticket. The oversized clutch.
Listen, I'm like, it's big as her.
But
I loved it completely. I'm like, this is better than carrying a book bag and carry everything.
Maybe everything.
Man.
I mean, all of the party favorites that we got in the bag.
I love it, dude. I love it. And I love that sometimes when we are being ourselves, you know what I'm saying? We've been doing that and we still stutter stepping that. You know what I'm saying? And I love how you kicking indoors and showing in head high. You know what I'm saying? Chest up, like you see it. You know what I'm saying?
Now it took some time to get there.
Right. I was
not always that person.
Indeed.
I have always been a big personality.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when I was younger, people was like, "How such a big voice come out such a little body?" Like I've always been a big personality. Y'all, like for those of y'all who are 40 and up, we used to have birthday parties. And at the birthday parties, there used to be dance contests. And so all of the adults would get their dollars together, and then they would put the kids on display.
That was what it was.
And we would have a dance contest, and whoever won the contest would win the pot.
Okay.
Right? Listen, it got to a point where I got disqualified.
Immediately you can be in.
I had won too many dance contests. It was unfair. People would not even compete if I stood up
there.
So the family was like, "Okay, you can't dance in the contest no more."
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Is that one of y'all? It's close.
It's very close. I hope it ain't mine.
Indeed. I see. What about to say?
Oh no, hey, somebody else's. So big personality of being for a very long time, and then you get into your teenage years.
Okay.
With the big personality in my teenage years too. Like was voted biggest ego class of 1997. I thought this Rufus King generals voted biggest ego.
Okay.
And I felt the way about it, but the ego is big, the personality is big, the guy that I serve is big. So I mean, it is what it is.
It is.
I don't. Then I became an adult, and then you get involved in friendships, relationships, and situationships with people. And when you're in intimate relationship, not even being romantic, people see you who they see you intimately, they see all of you. And sometimes that's a whole lot to handle.
It is.
And so instead of people admitting that it's a lot to handle, they try to minimize you to what they can't handle. And so I was victim of that.
Okay.
You too loud. I would go to work and they'd be like, maybe you shouldn't wear that. Your earrings are too big. Like I recall, like as a young lady, like 21, 22 years old, like I would wear the same things that everybody else would wear, but because it would fit my body differently, I would get pulled into the office and be like, you gotta be mindful of, what you wear and the image that you're projecting. And I thought I was mindful. And so, yeah, so I think that's when the dimming started. Well, let me be palatable because I don't want to be offensive, right? So let me be palatable. So, yeah, let me not put these earrings on. Let me get dressed and look at myself in the mirror and say, okay, you can't wear all of this. So, what are you going to take off? And so then that started physically, then it started emotionally, then it started spiritually. I would get myself together like who I was, and then I would stand in the mirror before I left and say, what parts of me do I need to leave at home?
Whoa.
Like what parts of me do I need to take off? Like what parts of me can't go? And I'm gonna be real honest, testimony time, October 10th, 2007. I was in the living room and I had a personal encounter with the creator of the multiverse, and he said, I am disappointed in you. And I was like me? Like, sir, I pay my tithes and offering. I'm an usher. I sing on the praise and worship team. Like, I'm a Sunday school teacher. I be at Bible study. I'm at church every Sunday. I don't curse. I drink just a little bit. Like, I'm kind to people. Like, how are you disappointed in me? I live my life in a way to be pleasing and appointing.
For sure.
He said, listen, you are denying who you are.
Oh.
He said, in denying who I created you to be, you are denying me. And I stopped on my living room floor for hours. And it was on that day, October 9, 2007, I went in covenant agreement. I said, I'm so sorry. Like heavy repentance.
Right.
Like I am so sorry. That was not my intent. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. And because I know what it is, I know what it ain't. And when I picked myself up off that floor, I made a conscious decision that every time that I showed up, I was going to show up as a 100% Jamila because I do not want the smoke of disappointing my creator.
Come on now.
So if I'm too loud, I'm not. If I got too much on, I don't. I just realized that God created me uniquely in this way. And if I do not, the trees don't not show up as trees.
That's facts.
The sun shines the same way. Regardless of what's going on, if it's cloudy,
it's still shining.
We just don't see it, right?
But it's still doing its thing.
If the earth is, rotating at a particular angle and the sun is on the other side of the earth, it's still shining.
It is.
So I got to still shine, regardless of what the circumstances are. I'm gonna preach sun, shine. What is it going to be called? It's going to be called shine, shadows, and shade.
Oh.
Stay tuned for shine, shadows, and shade.
Listen, I'm just saying that story alone, and I know my listeners that chimed in, and I saw the scan of a couple of people that tapped in or whatever. I know you just had somebody. You know what I'm saying? I know that you did because I'm thankful that you was right on following me along. I'm like, come on, we need to know how you got here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need to know how you got here. Go ahead, Shimmy. You just want to say something right away. Yes, ma'am.
Actually, that's a beautiful thing. Especially like I encountered like so many women, and me and Patrice have had this conversation about who am I? Who am I outside of other relationships? So for you to say that, a woman came up to me the other day and I could tell she was going through something. And she said, where do I start? So I'm gonna ask you, because in this journey for me, I have to ask myself, where do I start?
Baby, you got to start with the creator.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can only learn who we are by learning about the one who created us, right? And so the more we learn about the creator, the more we learn about ourselves, and vice versa. The more that we learn about ourselves, the more we learn about our creator. It really starts with, she doesn't leave it. I did not come to preach today. But listen, it starts with me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. And people really need to take time to develop a relationship with themselves. And I mean, date yourself, court yourself, talk to yourself, spend time with yourself. I got a young lady who I'm advising, and I said, sis, when the last time you took yourself out on a date?
Mm.
Like, get dressed up, like the time and the energy that you spend to go on a girls' night or go out, with a significant other, take that same time and energy
And go out with you.
and go out with you.
Mm-hmm.
And go out with you. What do you like? What do you don't? What don't you like? And then ask yourself, why? I'm always asking myself, is that really me or is that a projection of who I am, right? Or who's a perception? So if I have a feeling about something, I'm like, okay, I acknowledge that feeling. Then I'm like, okay, do I feel that way? Or has something happened to make me feel that way, right? Have I made a decision to feel that way because of something that's happened? And then based on that,
Come on now.
I get to make a decision on if I want to continue to feel that way or not. So I spend a lot of time with me. Like, okay, I act this way. Am I acting this way because this is how I truly feel? This is how I truly am? Or do I act this way because it's an expectation? And then I'm at that impasse and I get to make a decision. And so it's really about discovering and rediscovering who you are.
Listen, I love. Like you, everybody. This is what I'm saying. Now you talking, and I don't got to do the interview part. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I hope I made myself very clear in the beginning.
You did.
Amen. So what I'm loving is how I know you're being honest, just being transparent or whatever. But the amount of help that you are offering right now is priceless. You know what I'm saying? And I think that people are seeing that. And there's some people that watch and may have thought, why is her personality so big?
It don't take all that.
Instead of saying that, they feel some kind of way and they want you to withdraw so that they can be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And because they can't get you to do that and can't say it to you without one publicly sounding and looking like a hater. Because that's what that would be.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's what it would be. Okay. So, and because they know that, they do things to try to create an atmosphere so you can become responsive to that feeling of theirs. You know what I'm saying? And what you said was so dope to me. How do I feel this way, or has something occurred and have I made the choice again to feel this way.
Mm-hmm.
Not still somebody made me feel, or I did this because you know that did this happen, and did I, and still in that moment did I choose that right there? I was just talking to a family member about saying, "You look what you made me do." I was like, "Nobody made you do this. Wait a minute now. Were you all that whipped into submission? What is happening? Because this is how we make somebody do something. But to create a scenario, and then you still have the choice.
You have the choice.
Do I succumb to this space? You know what I'm saying? Or do I stand on my stuff 10 times down? I love that. Thank you for using that language and making that clear for folks. You know what I'm saying? You was going to say something else, Shaamika?
I think Shaamika should introduce herself.
No, we'll get there.
Okay, go ahead, Shaamika.
I'm getting there.
Go ahead,
I'm
Shaamika.
getting there.
Okay,
It's a method to my madness.
Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't get to run the show. I just showed up.
It's a method. This is the run the show. You got it.
Okay.
This is a method to my madness.
I'm gonna stay in the child's place.
We got this. So, did you something else you wanted to add to that? Go ahead. Okay. So I just want to make sure that we, when I see the expression, you be like, no, that's okay. That's okay. I want you to have room for that. And see, let me tell you, even when I don't know what is happening between the dynamic of the show, I have a general idea of what I want to talk about because I know the people that are coming on my show. And whether I'm just meeting you, believe that I've done the research. You know what I'm saying? And if I've been knowing you for years, believe that I've done the research. And what I never cease to be amazed at, though, is the stuff, that guy be doing, the little sprinkle, the little. He'd be like, oh, and by the way, did you know this is going to happen? I was like, that's good. Do it, God. And that's happening right now. I just want y'all to know that that's happening. Again, if you want to call in, you're welcome to do that, 414-885-4739. Or you can just chop it up. I see you guys hanging in. Who's that? Maya? What up? So y'all chop it in. So listen, to Jamila's left is a sister named Shaamika. So Shaamika, I'm going to give you the opportunity now without making comparison. Okay? That's very important. Okay? Tell me about who Shaamika is. What you got going on?
So my name is Shaamika. I am the owner of Munchie's Detroit Style.
Be clear.
Detroit Style.
Mm-hmm.
There is another Munchie's out there. Shout out to them. But there is a distinction on Munchie's Detroit Style. Right now I do catering. I also have a food trailer. And then at night, I do Eve Lounge at night. So if you guys got the Munchies late at night, come check me out. You can still do DoorDash, Uber. You can come pick up. You can sit down, have a drink, come grab some food. I definitely appreciate it.
Big at Eve's Lounge. Yes, Munchie's Detroit.
Munchie's Detroit style.
Come on now. So why Detroit style? What is that? What is that significant?
So I'm from Detroit.
Okay.
And I moved up here. And one of the things that I like about Detroit, we have this thing at home called Coney Island. And so Coney Island, you can go there late at night, 24 hours, and get pretty much anything: hot dogs, burgers, chili dogs, chili fries, wings, loaded fries, egg rolls. So that was my biggest start when I first came out. I started with only egg rolls because I was trying to support another person selling egg rolls. And it just wasn't right. And I'm from the restaurant industry, so I know customer service. And I hate when people say Black businesses are not friendly. And I wanted to be that example of coming to get good service, good quality food. Yes, we're going to make a mistake, but it's not the mistake that makes the customer upset. It's how we handle it. What can I do to make the mistake right? So I also, so that's where it started. And then I started with the actual Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Started with the Philly. My uncle was a chef. He worked in DC. And I told him, I said, I want to start a business selling food. It started as a side hustle. Mm-hmm. I didn't think it was going to get to this level.
I remember that. It's one I know that. No. Come on with it, because I remember that.
It was a side hustle. It was a nice side hustle.
this was something I'm doing, you know, I'm not ever gonna be able to help my daughter.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. All right, that's what it was. And then my mom passed in 21 January 20 June of 20. We had a family. I think it was June, somewhere in the summer. We had a family event. Went to my mom's house. I would go to Detroit and sell munchies there
Oh,
and
wow.
come here and do it. In Detroit, crazy sellout, like crazy, like just a weekend, crazy. So I'm like, man. So my mom told me, she said, my nickname is Mimi.
Mine too. The tell two Mimi.
Come on now. Come on.
And so she said, Mimi, you got to do it right. So I said, okay, mom. You know, when somebody tell you to do it right, okay, mom. So I'm making this money right now. I'm working and I'm making this money on the side. So I'm doing good. Okay, mom. Yeah. In January, she passed from COVID, and my soul left my body. I couldn't think of nothing. I didn't want to work. I didn't want to nothing except somebody would say, "Hey, we need 30 egg rolls today," and something lit up. Go do that order, be happy, get back home, and like, okay. And then all of a sudden, you know, family was like, let's somebody need to order, somebody need to order. And then it just blown up. Snapped and was like, wait a minute, I have something good. My mama told me. My mama said,
My mama had said,
my mama said, you got something good.
Mhm.
So what I try to tell my children and my nieces and nephews is that we are descendants of Gloria. Let's make her name great. So I try to strive to be great because she told me so. Every time when I in a bad mood or whatever, I say to myself, my mama said I should do this. My mama said do it right. My mama said I'm gonna be great. So I stand on that and until my faith in me kick in. And then next thing I'm like, okay, I'm a descendant of glory. I got this. What y'all need? If you need some catering today, because I got you covered. What do you need today? How can I serve you? I love serving people. You'd be surprised how many people may come to the bar. This is one girl came to the bar and she said, one sometimes I'll be like, why you at the bar? You got no money, but that's another whole thing. But she said, I'm hungry. She supported me before. Here you go, honey. Don't worry about it today. I have the spirit of my grandmother and both my grandmothers, but especially my grandma Nee. My grandma Nee would feed the community every Sunday. Growing up, I didn't know what it was. My mom the same way. So when I see people in need, it ain't always about the money. How can I? When I had a food truck and I would be sitting out on corners, people would come up, don't have no money. I got $5. Can I just get some wings? You know what? Yeah, you can. Because I've been there before, not having stuff, needing stuff. And I told God, you can bless me to be a blessing. I'm gonna give it back. You can bless me to be a blessing. And so I just use my platform to be a blessing to others and also try to, my family, like, hey, we got something good, glorious. So
But see, and that's it right there. You just gave it right there. We're talking about Women's History Month. You see what I mean? And I think people miss the value in being able to celebrate that. I love how you honor your mom. You know what I mean? And how you keep reminding your children. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how our legacies were taught at one point in time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't have access to quote unquote history books. It was this right here. You know what I'm saying? You sat at the feet of these griots. And they shared family history, and they shared skill sets, and they shared. You know what I'm saying? This is how we learn. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we honor. And I thank you for doing that. And I love that about your family story. Absolutely, absolutely. I think that when people come to mind, like all jokes aside, I don't have a background in customer service. I have a background in entertainment. So I spent a lot of time being serviced. You know what I'm saying? By far. And I'm not saying it's because you're my homegirl, we sitting here, whatever. You have literally some of the best customer service in restaurant here.
Thank you.
You get what I'm saying? Like seriously, thoughtful, kind. You get what I'm saying? Your response is timely. You know what I'm saying? And if it can't be, there's an immediate response regarding that. You know what I'm saying? The follow up, the quality, all of those things come into play. You know what I'm saying? And these are things that people don't even touch. You hear that the food is good, but we don't get to talk about what type of service you provide. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's some folks that got bomb food, and you'd be like, but you terrible to people. And you know what I'm saying? And you know how we do. If we don't like something, we don't necessarily tell the owner. We just don't go no more. And then we tell everybody else how terrible the service was. I mean, the food good, but it's always something to pick apart. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate your effort because, you know, nobody is perfect to make sure that it's less than, we're going to give them something to talk about. And if we're going to talk about it, it's going to be good to talk about.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Why did you choose finally to go into restauranting full time?
The opportunity was there. To be honest, sometimes when I would drive past in the food trailer, past Eve, I would look at her and say, ooh, I would love to get in there one day. I don't know why I chose Eve. It's so many different bars around here, right? But it was something that he just called upon me.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, opportunity came up. And someone was like, hey, the kitchen open. You might want to try to get in there. So I, called Thomas and say, hey, Thomas, I heard you looking for somebody to, come in your kitchen. He was like, yeah, but I'm way on my options. So let me bring you some stuff. Let me bring you something. Before you make your final decision, let me let you taste some things. And so he tasted it, and that's where it went from there. And so, and plus people like good people, in the establishment, somebody, people that's kind. When people are drunk, can you still be kind to them? You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be mean. You know they're under the influence, still be kind. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what a lot of people appreciate, that kindness. And that's what I am, and anybody that I hire that come help or whatever, they're kind. And that's what we try to be. I believe in kindness because you never know when you're not gonna see that person ever again.
That part.
I had a customer come in the bar. I don't know what he did in the city. He got some food. He told one of my homegirls, my last meal. I told her, girl, why you didn't come get me? He said he ended it. She said, I didn't know what to do. But he said he had to come here and get this food one last time. I don't even know who the guy is. And I'm always so friendly. I'm like, hey, enjoy. Mm-hmm. If you're looking sad, you okay? What's wrong? I'm telling you, once you eat this food, you're going to be okay. Mm-hmm. I pray when I go in the building. I pray before I get in there. I pray while I'm in there. If situations happen, I'm praying, like, God, be still. Come be a fence around us. Not just me, everybody. I want protection for everybody. I don't want it just to be you protecting me and then somebody else something happens to everybody. So, yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Just a genuine kindness that you just, you know what I'm saying? You radiate that. And it's a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? And I know we won't go into like detail, but this journey was not easy for you. You know what I'm saying? It was not easy for you, and you decided, you know what? I'm still gonna stick in. I'm still gonna do this, and I believe that you are seeing the fruits of your labor in this time. You know what I'm saying? How's business at Eve in a place that was stagnant for a very long time? How's your business?
Business is picking up. Business, because I've been here 6 months now, so I'm definitely grateful. So a lot of people are sketchy about going into bar lounges, but you got to remember it's still a restaurant in there. So it's you don't have to come like, and you can do DoorDash. You can call, hey, can I place the order to come pick up? If you call me and say, hey, I don't feel comfortable coming to the bar, can you bring it to my car? Baby, let me put my coat on. I'm gonna bring your order out to that car for you. You know, so but if you come in there, the environment is not what people think. It's actually a really good, warm environment in there. And I think that's why I love it. Like, people are really friendly and definitely, you know, kitchen savvy.
So, are you hiring? Are you somebody want to come work with you? Like, what are they?
So we are hiring. The hours vary. So if you're a late night type of person, definitely. I also have the food trailer, so I'll be looking for help for the summertime hours, for certain events, so like festivals and things of that. If you want to reach out to me, you can reach me at Munchies Detroit Style on Instagram. Facebook is Munchies, or you can just Shaamika Boss Lady Robinson on Facebook. And my phone number you can contact me too if you are looking for employment is 262-385-9615. My name is Shaamika, or most people call me Munch now. You know, have y'all ever grew up and had different names throughout your lifestyle?
Come on
I
now.
was thinking about that.
Now you Munch.
Yeah, Munch.
Okay, come on now. Come on.
Okay.
And now, mind you, so can you spell Munchies, please?
Yes, that is MUNNCHIEZ. Munchies, Detroit style.
Heavy on the Detroit.
You understand that? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because there is a Munchies on 27th Street. And y'all know I support our businesses, so it ain't that way. There is a Munchies on 27th Street, but this is not that restaurant. Okay? This is Munchies Detroit style. And look at Munchies is spelled different. That's why I said spell it. You know what I'm saying? She got a double N and a Z. You get what I'm saying? So make sure y'all pay attention to that. And then remember Detroit style. If you look for there, and when you go to was it Uber Eats, DoorDash, whatever the case may be, it's not difficult to find them. Even the cover pictures are different.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time. The lips. Come on, I spent a lot of time.
Chef here. I'm
Come on,
going
Chef here.
over to Munchies, and since the Lord be over there at the bar, I'm gonna sit in the restaurant and enjoy some Detroit stuff. Yeah.
Detroit stuff. Yes, indeed. So what do you have? And I have to say this because some people, you know, is everything you have meat? Is everything seafood? Like, what do you have? What kind of options do you have?
So we do egg rolls, wings, loaded fries, catfish, perch, salmon bites, shrimp, Alfredo, stir fry puddings, lemonade, different cakes. So sometimes I'll do cake jars because my background came from dessert. Then I got over to the food because working in the restaurant industry taught me a lot of different skills. We do nachos. Right now, I don't know what, well, I don't want to say I don't know what's going on, but I don't know what's going on with my jerk loaded fries. You get it in jerk chicken or jerk shrimp, and they're going crazy right now. So, and then people switch to Alfredos from just the plain chicken. Now they're jerking it out. So they jerk Alfredo is going crazy.
Come on with it. Come on.
But yeah, and then we, like I said, we do nachos or loaded fries. One thing I want to start implementing is the Detroit, the chili dogs, chili fries, these loose burgers. Man,
what's the loose burger?
Please, is
Look, I'm like, wait a minute. What is the loose burger?
So it's from Detroit. It's the Coney Island staple, but it's you ground up your meat on a hot dog bun. Instead of having a hot dog, you have ground beef, onions, chili, and then cheese on top. Oh. Loose burger.
So
that's like a chili cheese
it's
burger,
like
and a hot dog bun?
right? Right.
Okay, come on.
Come on.
Look, I'm like, wait a minute now. We both like, what's a loose burger? Talk to me.
Who's gonna go home and get the impossible ground beef?
Come on.
You gotta worry about going to get that.
Oh, you got that?
I will get that.
Oh, shoot.
Listen.
All you gotta do, she knows.
Let me just tell y'all. So when Shaamika was getting Munchies off the ground, you know, trying to figure out her menu and all that stuff, whatever. Okay.
You did a lot of beta testing.
I did a lot of beta testing.
I didn't have that.
Okay. A lot of beta testing. And I stand by this 110%. If you know me, y'all know I don't eat chicken wings.
Right.
but I eat hers.
That is a lot.
I'm like, but I eat hers. Like she fry them right. They got whatever batter I like or whatever, and she got this sauce.
She got the sauce.
If you like heat, now you gotta like heat. What's it called? Intense rush. I still don't all these years, and I'd be like, the hot one. The hot one.
The one
is the one I like.
The one I like.
The one I like. Listen, when I order from DoorDash, she knows it's me. Yeah. And I be in the little the custom order thing. I'd be like, and then she be like, Patrice, I know it's you.
Hey, and listen, if she don't order wings, guess what I do?
Put some in there.
I'm like, I know you want at least.
I do. I can't eat them all because I can't eat everything. Yeah. But let me get the ones that I can have. Let me get this literally. I could probably just send my name via DoorDash,
and she'll know
what to send me.
I'll be putting other stuff in there.
All kinds of, I'm like, hey, please don't send me nothing extra. I'm fasting this month.
Yeah.
I only want the fish. Please send me this. Listen, she had some fried catfish. I said, please fry my fish hard. She fried it perfectly, Chris, because I like everything hard. She fried it perfectly. And then I said, hey, and then take the fish and then dip it in that intense.
Oh my.
It did something to me.
Yeah. Oh my.
It did something to me in the middle of the night. I was like this.
Oh my.
Sending her messages. And sending messages like, girl, it's what I needed. I didn't even know I needed it this bad. Like I was finna keep ordering. And I was like, no, you had the fish for this moment. We go back to what we said we was doing or whatever. Then you'll have some later. And so it helped me with my discipline. Yeah. When I first went to before this round of not just fasting, but my appetite adjustment or whatever, Shaamika was on deck. She said, so I know you're not eating such and such. So I made this stir-fried veggie thing. Do you want to try it? I know you're trying to cut back on this. So she's open as a business owner to say, what does my client need? And not just me. You know what I'm saying? She look out, but not just me. It's what do y'all need? What do they want? You know what I'm saying? It's going to make sense for me to have this. How frequently will they purchase it? Yeah, right. When I didn't buy wings, she added chicken strips to the menu. Yeah. So I could get chicken strips. You get what I'm saying? And you got to love that. I mean, they sell well. She didn't do it just for me. Right. It worked. You understand what I'm saying? To be able to provide that type of quality service. And I'm not saying it, and I keep saying it. People like, well, it's not just for me. If you came into her restaurant, it's like, hey, I love what you're doing this. I would really like to try such and such. But do you have? And she's like, you know what? I don't have it right now. When you coming back? Yeah.
Now that's coming for the Impossible Loose. The Impossible Loose Burger. Listen, we can talk off air. I'm talking for
it. That sounds amazing.
I just got a question.
Yeah.
Do you put butter on a hot dog bun and then put it on the flat top and grill it?
Not yet, but that's something I could do.
Oh, see, that's why I can
do. See that?
So that vegan or
so I like to call myself a selectitarian. Okay. I select what food I want to eat when I want to eat it, and then I eat it.
Come on now. Come on. She's like, yes, I'm a selectitarian.
Shout out to Truman McGee,
who
said I was a selectitarian. So
I
do not eat beef. Okay. I do not eat poultry. I do not eat pork. I'll eat exception, asterisk. I have Jamaican oxtails once a year, and then I treat myself to lamb chops once a year. The vegans have yet to get the cheese right, so I still eat cheese. I eat dairy products. So, and then I eat the full spectrum of things that come out of the sea.
Yes, come on, the full spectrum of things that come out of the sea.
Okay, so mussel, shrimp, fish. I enjoy calamari, octopus if it's prepared properly. My daddy told me I need to really get into the alligator.
Okay.
He said it's really good. So when I go down to Florida, Daddy, when I come down to Florida, you got to take me. We're going to go get some alligator.
Come on now.
So, yeah.
Indeed. Maya said, and she really is one band, one sound. She had an amazing service, and she had the amazing service, and it really only be her and one other person, Shaamika Boss Lady Robinson, deserves to be celebrated.
Come
on now.
DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled. We celebrate you. Oh, okay.
Yes, indeed. It said Crystal Ship chimed in, say hi, my love. What up, Ship?
Listen, and Ship done jumped in with
What?
the
Yeah.
website.
And she doesn't
Listen,
play no games.
shout out to Control. See, that's the master connector
Yeah.
right there. Girl.
I was hoping that she would join
Man, I
us
was
today.
excited. That's all right, Crystal.
We catch you next time, though.
Will.
For sure. Shannon McIntosh, is a Milo, I believe it is, says she made me a special Asian zing fried shrimp. You know, is that what you did?
You gonna put me on that?
That's what they did.
Yes, I did.
And did.
Yes,
Shout out to
I did.
Shalina Ali. What's good, Mama? How you doing?
Hi, Shalina.
Listen, she got all the websites. Come on, Ship, do the thing, girl.
Yes.
Do the thing.
Ship out
Listen,
here.
listen, always. How often do you get asked to work with people in the community? You ask her, because this is what you do. You work in the community all the time. Yeah.
So I do. I know it's 2 events. It just depends, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was 2 events for the past 2 years I did.
Mm-hmm.
For a woman, for a pregnancy group.
Okay.
That I catered like box of the meals for them. And I think that was like 300 meals each time. And then with Candace, I do her Juneteenth where we do 150 or more catfish dinners with catfish and fries for the community. I've done that every year with her. And then
It's catfish though, yeah. Okay, I just want to say that, people.
Yeah, catfish. Okay.
There were a couple things where we're not going to talk about. We're not talking about the catfish.
Okay.
And we're not talking about a certain
Okay.
style of gathering
Okay.
money.
Okay.
In certain.
Okay. I won't say that either,
Okay.
but I just wanted to say that it is catfish. Okay. Continue.
And just other things like the neighborhood kitchen is where my commercial base is for my license. We've done charity things where for the Student Home, providing them with food for Christmas. So pretty much anything, like if someone tell me, charity stuff I've done that I don't even think about it because I just do it from the heart. If somebody tell me it's charity, I'm like, what can I do? How can I help? Because you never know. I'm praying that the hands of God don't turn. They do. They do.
Lord, remember me.
Lord, remember.
Lord, remember me.
Yes, and yes. Well, we know, Jamila, you are a pillar in our community. How to say that? You understand? I'm saying that. In our community, it's important that people understand that. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because people need to know that pillars get things done. You're the foundation of what some things happen. And if there's a change, a call of change that needs to happen, then did you talk to Jamila?
No, seriously.
No, seriously. You know what I'm saying? No, seriously. And then I think that's important for people to associate with that personality at one time that people were uncomfortable with. So you're uncomfortable with me being fully myself in a space where you might need to be, be more comfortable being yourself. You want me to pull back, whatever. But when it's something don't happen that you don't like, you want me to be all of myself in this space over here. You understand what I'm saying? Make up your mind, fam. Am I all of me or no?
Am I all of me or no?
Am I all of me or no? So how did you get involved in being so active in the community? You said, you know what, I'm in. Was it because you're a parent? Was it like, what was it?
Much like the other Mimi over here, like I had a grandmother who was community oriented.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother not only fed, shouts out to Mamie Reed Williams. Listen, honey, she's somebody, grandmama, her name Mamie, okay? She has transitioned to be with the Lord. She is one of the ancestors. But Mamie Reed Williams fed not only all the people on Fitness Center. I can remember a time my grandmother had ducks. Baby, we had cats, dogs, baby, squirrels. I don't know. Like my grandmother took care of every living creature
You so stupid.
No,
I know. That's the
Like,
part that makes it.
every single living creature. My grandmother, like, first of all, she had 14 children,
Yeah. Okay.
and her 14 children had children, and her 14 children would take their children and then drop them off at her house.
Mm.
So it would be at least 15 of us at the house.
At all times.
Then the grandchildren.
Come on.
And then she had several children that lived with her, and then she had bonus children and people from the block. So, like, I don't know anything outside of a community, right? And so I think the earliest foundations of that was that she would send us. She lived on Fifth and Center, so she would send us over to CYD when we were little.
Dang. Yeah.
And she would send us over. What was the name of the church that was across the street? St. Vincent de Gaulle or something like that. So she would send us across the street over there. So, like, all I know is community. So even as a little girl, like, just being just ingratiated in spaces with people, with objects, with living creatures that weren't directly connected to me. And then my first job out of college, I worked for a youth service organization called the Reach Program.
Okay.
And so we did youth advocacy and case management for an empowerment zone. It was like from Houghton to 35th. And it was like, I don't know, like Juneau to like Locust.
Okay.
And so, I would get a paycheck every 2 weeks to be out in the community. And then once I became a mom, like, then the school became my community. And so once I became a homeowner, then like the North Side of Milwaukee became my community. And so, like, I understand that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. And because I belong to him, like, the entire multiverse is my community. And so I'm obligated to serve God's people. And so however that happens, my most recent initiative, y'all may have read a statement that a particular older person had put out last week addressing some issues that we had. Now, shout out to all the persons of Mount Westmoreland, because that's
Come on now.
like, he gonna be the homie. We haven't officially met, but we got a meeting on the books. So when you talk about that personality, so when y'all see Lady J. Janae about Paddington, and she done put that in show, and she got her luxury bag, she got her Nandi or her J. Riley's or her Freebird, she got on a stack from a variety of jewelry makers. If she got here, when I'm outside. But when I'm inside, I'm also inside. So what I did was, not only did I call, and no, I do not live in the 5th Aldermanic District. Shout out to Alderperson DeAndre, I live in the 7th Episcopal District. But when I saw that, it vexed my spirit, and I felt like a tug to do something and not jump on Facebook and respond this, that, or the other. What I did was, I read the statement, and then I prayed and I laid down, because I had to get my words together. Until the next morning, not only did I call Alderman Westmoreland's office, I called several other alderpersons' offices as well, some who I have personal relationships with, others that I don't. And also, I even called President Perez to call his office. I said, hey, let's get it together. Alderman Westmore, so my friends called me back, and we had a conversation about what we talked about, and then I got a call back that day from Alderperson Westmoreland.
Come on now.
And I only had 5 minutes to talk to him because I was going to another meeting. I said, hey, I get it. However, here are my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. Have your assistant call me next week. I need to be in your office so we can talk about solutions.
Mm-hmm.
So this week, Alder and Lamont Westmoreland and I have a meeting.
Nice.
And I have corralled a bunch of people who did go to Facebook and had some comments. They had some concerns. I slid right into their DMs and said, hey, if we draft up a solution, are you ready to get on board to do what needs to be done? And they would like to say no more. Give me your email address or your telephone number because I'm gonna add you to my list of resources so that we can address this issue that is a problem in our community. So that's what I'm currently working on. I pulls up, they call me TT Jam. So I do social and emotional learning through yoga, mindfulness, and meditation in the schools. So if you got children that are in school, I am an NPS vendor. I do have contracts and relationship with Wampum School District. I hear that Brown Deer getting ready to hit my line. Sure would, if you on the line.
Come on now. Yes.
If there are individuals, there are students that are in marginalized populations, not even color. We talking socioeconomic, we talking about their physical location, we talk about 220 kids who are bused into particular schools and all of those things. So they call me TT Jam. And so I'm in these schools every single day having conversations with these children. And I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. That's what Whitney said. And so I'm doing things like that every single day. Like teaching these children about their emotions and let them know that they are normal. It is perfectly within your human physiology to get upset.
For sure.
Your body temperature does rise and your heart does beat faster. And because there are particular endorphins or hormones that are released, that your breath becomes shallow and you get tense. Like, yes, that's normal.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's about the response.
Yeah.
So, yes, you got to check these feelings are normal. Now, how do I respond to these feelings that are happening inside of me, and how do I respond to the environment in which has presented an opportunity to make a choice about how I feel. And so doing that,
It's the language for me.
it's choice.
Yes.
It's
Come on.
choice.
Come on now.
It's all about choice. When I was in the church, right? Y'all know I don't belong to the church. I belong to the street. We might get into that. We might get into it. We may not.
We know we are.
But when I
We
was
got time.
like, we were made just a little bit lower than the angels. The angels do not have choice. The angels have to do God's bidding because God said so. We have choice. I know I'm probably gonna catch some smoke, but it's okay. I'm saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Spirit. My ticket is punched. I'm already going to heaven. I understand I might have to go to timeout when I get there, but I'm still going.
Come on now.
Now, for those of us who believe in the Christian philosophy of reconciliation with the Creator, Jesus is the greatest gift that we have been given, right? Because it is through his life, death, and resurrection that we have the power to reconcile with our Creator. Let me tell y'all what's the close thinking.
Come on now.
Choice. The gift that God has given us to choose, I think, is a close, photo finish. You got to go to the tape. Jesus, choice. Like, boom, like a millisecond. And how do you honor somebody that gave you something? Like, you use it, right? Like, you got somebody give you a gift and that's your favorite thing. You use that thing
for sure
all the time.
All the time.
And you show your appreciation for that thing by using it. So I show my appreciation for God and the gift of choice by using it every single chance I get.
For sure.
Choice.
That's deep.
Deep. So, I'm out here in these streets. Catch me outside. I might be at the community cleanup. I might be hosting an event. I might be doing all of the things. But Mamie Reed Williams, who was the first to introduce me to the community.
I think that's so dope that we're talking about history.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And how just so naturally, this is how I learn these things. You know what I mean? And a lot of people get it. What I'm loving right now is how like y'all are like really feeding into one another. You know what I'm saying? And what your presence is doing for Shaamika is amazing for me. You get what I'm saying? I'm serious. I'm listening. I'm watching. You get what I'm saying? And what she's learning from watching you become. You know what I'm saying? As she's becoming, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? And this is why I love when we get together. And something that I had to learn to truly appreciate is the gathering of women.
Yes.
It took I was an adult to learn that. You know what I'm saying? Because younger, you know what I'm saying? We were taught how differently we are, how differently we communicate and do the relationships between Black women. What does that look like when you're younger? You know what I'm saying? And now that I'm older, I understand the value in that because I don't remember being taught that coming up. You get what I'm saying? I watched different things, whatever. But again, my mom was the only daughter.
Okay.
My grandmother had was 7, 8 kids, and my mom was the only girl. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like I had aunties. You know what I'm saying? And me and my cousins was always different. You know what I'm saying? They was doing Barbie doll. I was doing drywall. We are not the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So understanding that and then becoming an adult and being able to say, so this is what sisterhood feels like. Because of course, me and my sister, we rock. You know what I'm saying? But it's different because she just always been there. Right. You know what I'm saying? But to makeshift the relationship, do it by choice.
By choice.
You know what I'm saying? The bonds is something. Just there's no words for it. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Crystal Shit, who know exactly what I'm talking about because baby, she be on it right now. She is getting down on this keyboard, posting all of our website. You know what I'm saying? All of our information. I do not see Control C's website up there. Please add it. Thank you and please. She said, "I love me some Teresa Lilly," which is my mom. Absolutely, we love her too, very much indeed. So, about to go a little deeper. Okay. I don't belong to the church. I belong to the streets.
Yes.
Okay.
Do.
Pourquoi?
Pourquoi? How much time we got? We go till 4 p.m.
I got you. Come on now. I mean, because some folks has got to be uncomfortable, and I'm to say the least of language.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you say that, you know what I'm saying? And here you talk about
the saints slide into my DM and be like, you got to be careful about, your vernacular. When you say you don't belong to the church, you belong to the street. People may perceive a particular thing. So really, I don't belong to the church. I belong to the streets was actually birthed as a final project when I was in seminary. I had to do, so we had to, instead of doing a final paper for our theology class, we had to present concepts in a creative way.
Okay.
And so I decided that I was going to present my theological concepts in the form of a podcast. The podcast was, I don't belong to the church, I belong to the streets, where we were going to take high theological concepts and break them down for those of us who are theologians. So that's where really the moniker came from. The mantra and the way of life really came from this. My great-grandfather on my mother's side is an ordained or was an ordained missionary Baptist preacher. He was down to the St. Mary's Baptist Church right there off of 4th and 5th. Okay, Shepherd Perkins. My most vivid memory of Shepherd Perkins was that now him and my great grandmother Pearlie Mae Perkins, they was old school, like they slept in twin beds on either side of the room.
Oh, okay.
And so my most vivid memory of my great grandfather was him sitting in the bed. He was an amputee, but I remember him sitting on the bed. I remember this huge Bible. Now my mom would say that he died when I was like an infant, but I remember him distinctly. My great grandfather on my father's side, Junior Floyd, was an AME preacher who founded of an AME church. It was St. Paul AME Church that used to be on First and Chambers. So when I tell you I'm deep, deep in the dogma and religiosity of Christianity, I know it all.
Mhm.
So I was born and reared AME, African Methodist Episcopal, for those of you who do not know, which is arguably the first African American denomination here in the United States. And so really, really is attributed to the birth of the CME, Christian Methodist Episcopal, Baptist, Kojic, all of that good stuff. So with that being said, I was in church all the time. I was on the usher board, I was in the drama guild, I sang in the youth choir. When I was 12 years old is when praise dance emerged in the AME church in Milwaukee. We were cheerleaders for Christ back then.
What?
Cheerleaders for Christ. We had, we would
okay.
get up and do cheers. We had red shirts and we had to wear a white tie. I got a story about my outfit that I wore when I was 12. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe we don't. About dimming the light. Talking about folks that you in intimate relationship with. I'll tell it since we're here. Tangent. I'm gonna come back. I'm going to church. I'm going to the street. My mama had bought me a pencil skirt. And at 12, I had a shift in my physical appearance.
Understood.
Okay. I was a track star. So the hamstrings, the glutes,
Was doing it.
and the quads was doing what they needed to do because I was a walker and a runner. My mama had bought me this cute little pencil skirt.
For sure.
So I got a cheerleader for Christ. I got my red, I got the uniform on. I got my red, I got on my white turtleneck. My mama put my hair in a ponytail. I'm ready. 5, 6, 7, 8. I did my little cheers, and then I get pulled up about one of the mothers because she wanted to have a conversation with me about the fit of my skirt.
Because it made her uncomfortable.
My mama had bought me this skirt.
Right. My mama bought
And when I put the skirt on and I left the house, my mom and my daddy didn't say anything. I was 12 years old. I didn't buy the skirt. I put the skirt on. My mama said, "Here go your skirt." Different alike, but deep, right? So I thought having a sitting by myself, maybe on the porch at my auntie's house. The clouds opened up. I saw a man sweeping his doorpost. The clouds closed back up, and I went on about my business. God started talking to me when I was like 10, like for real.
Okay.
And so, like, I officially got saved at like 15, but I had grew up. I knew church. I knew it. And so I went in college. God's voice got really, really loud. I mean, waking me up in the middle of the night, giving me scriptures that I had never read, telling me who to give those for. I found myself in college exploring the diaspora of Christianity. So I was at the Apostolic Church, I was at the Baptist Church, I was at the AME Church, I was at the Pentecostal Church, I was at the African Pentecostal Church. I was all over the place. Settled back home, settled back at the AME Church, and then the math wasn't computing. And what I had been reading and studying wasn't curling all the way over. It was just not curling all the way over. And so I started asking the question.
Okay.
So the one question I asked, we were talking about, we were in Revelations, and we were talking about the 24 elders. For those of you who do not know, so in Revelations, it talks about heaven, and in the throne room, there are 24 elders. And so 12 of the elders are the leaders of the 12 tribes of Judah. Slide into my DMs if y'all want to study the Bible. And then the other 12 were the 12 disciples. But Revelations is written by John, who is one of the disciples. And so I'm reading, and there was something just like math for me. I was like, well, did John not recognize himself? Like, was this, I'm confused because he seems to be confused. So I'm a little bit confused. And so I started asking questions. And when I was asking questions of who are revered as the elders and the bearers of wisdom in the church, I won't get no answers. And so I had to slide. I was like, well, maybe I'll go to seminary. Maybe I can get my answers at the seminary. I get to seminary. One of the leaders that I was in a relationship with called me on the phone and he said, Jamila, don't go to seminary looking for Jesus. You better take him with you.
Oh, okay.
That's what he said.
That's it.
He said, do not go to seminary looking for Jesus. You better take him with you. And so seminary taught me how to study the Bible as a historical and a literary document. And so it was good. It taught me about spiritual formation and direction. Like we did a deep dive. Like I went to seminary and studied Canaanite mythology. So I'm reading the Bible.
Come on now.
I'm reading Canaanite mythology. I'm reading the ancient writings of the Amalekites and all of the ites that the Israelites fought in the Old Testament. I'm reading their documents.
Oh, because they did have documents.
Because the Bible is a historical document. It is a sacred spiritual text, but it is also a historical document, and it is also a literary document, right? And so seminary taught me to study the Bible in those distinct lenses. And so the Jesus that I was studying in history and in literature, and also in the sacredness of the spirituality, was not the Jesus that I was seeing at the church Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. And so had a couple run-ins with a couple pastors that was sent to serve the people, and I was sent to serve, and then the prayer became, let me out. She over here choking, y'all.
Yeah.
The prayer became, let me out. God, these people don't like me, and I'm starting to believe they really don't like you. And I don't want no parts of it. Let me out the group chat immediately. I had started praying that prayer in about 2018. I had friends that were like, girl, I don't know why you keep going to that church, because Mimi, every single Sunday, I'm showing up. God assigned me to the pastor. And so I was the pastor's angel. I served the pastor. So every Sunday, I'm having a conversation like, Lord, this pastor don't like me. I don't even know if the pastor like you, but you keep sending me to serve this pastor. I'm gonna go, but you know I want to, but I don't want to smoke with you. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have attitude. I'm Sunday school teacher, Sunday school superintendent. I'm lead choreographer for the dance ministry. I'm called to intercede. So when the altar call, I'm helping. Like, God, I don't stop. I don't want it anymore. Let me out. My friends are like, girl, why do you keep going to that church? They mistreat you. They prostitute your gift. Like, you're not happy. Like, just leave. I mean, I'm praying specific prayers. God, send me to that church over there. I promise you, if you send me over there under that ministry, ooh, we're going to do good work for you. The Lord did not release me. And I kept telling people, I'm not leaving until I know God said it's time for me to come. And so, in about October of 2019, I started taking engagements on Sundays everywhere else. Well, God, I know I'm going to be sending engagements, so I ain't even got to be in there. Let me serve you elsewhere. And so that happened. And I really should have started praying. My husband can attest to this. It was December, I don't know. We were on break. He's a school teacher. The kids were home. We were on break. That Sunday morning, I went to yoga. I discovered yoga in 2015, started practicing, became a teacher in 2018. On a Sunday, I went to practice yoga with my sister, who was at the time practicing Buddhist.
Okay.
But she was my girl. She understood Jesus and me. I respected her. We ain't here for that. We ain't here for that. The Lord gonna work this all out. But I needed some answers. I got on that mat, and before we started, I said, "Look here, God, I'm not getting off of this mat until you give me an answer." And so, following her lead, I'm doing the yoga practice. I hear, "Be still." And no, I said, "Oh, be still and know." That's somewhere in Psalms. I'm gonna boom. I'll go study when I get home. So I continued with the practice. I said, "Be still," and no, I didn't say be quiet. I said, "Oh, that's interesting." Okay. So I went home that Monday. I started studying, "Be still and know that I am God" is in Psalms 46, I believe it is. So then I started in Psalms 46, and then I went over to the Old Testament because the Psalms were written by the Old Testament Israelites and David. And so if you got concordances, I went to seminary, so I know how to go and find what was going on in the community when this was written, right? Let me see what was happening amongst the people when these words were written. So I'm in Psalms, now I'm in Slid over, I'm in Chronicles, I'm in Samuel, I'm all over the place. I'm back in Psalms, I'm in another Psalms, I'm back in Numbers, Deuteronomy, I'm all over the place. And then the Lord took me to Psalms 42 and gave me my relief. He said to me, "Your allegiance is to me. I don't care where you go." And my response to him was, "Can I leave?" And he said, "Yes." I got Bibles, I got computers, I got highlighters, I got notebooks, I got my cell phone. I'm writing feverishly because God is speaking. I'm highlighting stuff. And it was like, okay, I'm fourth generation AME in a church. I'm the remnant. I'm the last of my generation. I'm the last of my family, trying to hold it down, trying to be a pillar, right? God, what do I do? Like, I want to exit, but I need to exit quietly. Like, I don't want this big pomp and circumstance. God, you know your people, they're going to make a mess of it. I just want to go. And then March 2020 happened. Everything shut down. Nobody could go anywhere. God, did you do this for me?
Come on now.
No, that was my God, did you for real shut the whole world down so that I could quietly exit from this place? Now, maybe a little bit, not all the way. So I exited. Now, in the AME's protocol, aside from the Presbyterian of the Christian denomination, the African Methodist Episcopal Church is the most educated denomination aside from the Presbyterian. So there's a particular way that you have to leave the church. You can't just be like, "I'm out." You got to leave. And because it's Methodist, if you don't leave right, you can't go join any other Methodist, Christian Methodist, United Methodist. You can't join another Methodist fellowship if you don't leave the AME church, right? So I wrote a 4-page letter.
Okay, Leah.
I cited the Doctrine and Discipline. I cited the Bible. And on June 19th, 2020, I kid you not, on Juneteenth day of 2020, I got my official walking papers and I left the church. Now, there were some other things that were going on at the time. I was serving as the Episcopal District Dance Director, which means that I had oversight over dance ministries on this continent and others. I wanted to still serve in that capacity, so I finessed it in such a way. It did not work. So then I left. And I've been outside ever since. I don't belong to the church. I belong to the street.
That I did not know that story. And I thank you for sharing it. Like, seriously, speaking like, and then,
Right?
yeah, I'm just saying, because, like, seriously, to be able to understand, people to understand like the background of all of that.
I just didn't jump up one day and was like, I'm tired of this church and drop the mic and leave. Like this, I tarried, as the old folks say, I tarried in prayer for years and served, and sometimes begrudgingly, but served nonetheless because I wanted to ensure that I was not doing anything haphazardly. Like I already got enough smoke with the grill. I don't want to add more smoke. But yeah, it was a long day's journey. I'm glad about it.
Okay. So what does that mean for you now?
That means I'm outside.
Okay.
That means that the ministry looks a lot like Luke 14. I'm gonna preach that y'all one day. Um, so I accepted the call to the preaching ministry in March of 2021. Preach my trial sermon. I do have a pastor, y'all. I'm not out here flying without a sail. Okay, I'm not out here in the water without a sail. I'm not out here flying without a GPS. I do have a covering. Shouts out to my pastor, Pastor Roderick J. Stevenson of the Infinity Church Ministries. So I do have a pastor. Okay, I do got somebody to be like, hey, this fly, chill. You're doing too much. You're not doing enough. But what it looks like is Luke 14. I am the servant that God sends out to go get the people. So I'm outside in the highways and the byways, the hedges. I'm the one that's been called to go out and get them and then bring them back. So that's what it looks like. So I'll be outside getting the people. I'll be at the yoga studio. I'll be at the bar. I'll be at brunch. I'll be at the community events. I'll be at people's house. Just wherever I go, I take God with me, and whatever He says to do while I'm in that space, that's what I do. So every first Sunday of the month, shout out to Joanna Brooks, shout out to Everybody Yoga MKE. I teach a Bible-based yoga class called the Sun Salutations, SON. It's a play on semantics and yoga. I do spiritual advising. There are a few sheep that God has assigned me, and we have a very unique relationship as we journey through this thing called life. I take preaching and dancing, speaking, and teaching engagements. So I go inside every once in a while and do those things. But like I said, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. And if I've been called to God, then I've been called to earth. You know, the saints have been called to the nations. So how can I go to the nations when I'm coming inside week after week?
Let me ask this to you, Shaamika. So listening to Jamila, listening to her story, like so when she first walked in here, and you was like, "Hey, how you doing? Let me see you." You know what I'm saying? Would you have imagined?
I would not have imagined. In the microphone, in the mic. I would not have imagined. I'm over here just in. I'm like here, like you know. They say, "What's that? That son? Who's that little lady sitting under a tree?" She called me over and she said to me, "I'm the little kid sitting under a tree with them." Like, man, I think so many women miss out on wisdom. We don't sit with each other like Miss Patrice said. We don't sit with each other. You know, I love when I see a woman just you know who you are. You say you look in the mirror. Yeah, keep that on. No, I'm not taking that over the other down. You know what to give out. You know that your cup running over thing. To me, that's what I get from you. Your cup is full, and you only give out what's coming.
Child, she a prophet, okay? Because nurses, she telling the whole truth. No, Mimi, I seriously tell, because people ask me a lot, how do I do all of the things? Like, I got 4 sons. I got
We're very active.
child active.
Active. Come on.
Active sons. I have a husband who's active. I run a business. I work for a business. I got a fake job. I'm so many things. I don't know why y'all laugh every time I talk about
Yeah,
this.
every time you say that, it's
Because that's-
hilarious.
This is a
I
fake
know.
job. I got a fake job. I work full time. I am called to the nations, right? I'm a good friend. I'm a good sister. I'm a good daughter. I'm a good niece. Like people ask me all the time, like, how do you do all the things? And I tell them exactly what you just said. I don't pour from my cup. People only get the overflow. They only get what's from the saucer. There are 4 people who get what's from the cup. Keenan, Adrian, Rashawn, and Usher. Those are my 4 sons. They get what comes from the cup because God has given them to me. Everybody else has been chosen either by me or by God for us to be in a relationship. God chose who my parents would be. Now, God gave me my parents, and I believe that there was a point in their lives where they poured from their cup for me. But now that I'm grown, I expect my parents to give from their cup because I'm grown. I can't smoke for this too, but y'all know I love Mr. Careny. Lord Theo be outside too. But Lord Theo don't even get from the cup. He only gets what is from the overflow. Because the cup is mine. Psalm 23. Anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over. So I can't, when I get to the point where ain't nothing in the saucer, then I don't have anything for you. And people will look at my cup and be like, but your cup is full. That's my cup. That's mine. And if I'm going to be any good to the people that God has called me to serve, or to the people I choose to serve, right? I have to ensure that my cup stays at a level. So I don't let my cup get really past like 3/4. When I get to 3/4 full, it's time for me. I have to go refill. And how do you refill a cup? You don't refill an 8-ounce cup with a 6-ounce cup.
Absolutely, you don't. You absolutely
You don't refill a pitcher with a cup. You don't refill a gallon with a quart. So I have to find myself in spaces where there is an overflow so that people, places, things, ideas can have an opportunity to pour from their overflow into me.
Right. Yeah. Come on now.
So many times we are like-minded individuals. So many times we don't think all 3 of us are gallons, right? So many times the gallons get together, right? I'm half full, you 3/4 full, you full, right? And we get together and I'm like, ooh, I'm running a little low. And so the full gallon pours into me and maybe I get to 7/8. And the full gallon pours into Patrice that maybe she gets to 3/4. And now you half full, you 3/4, and I'm 7/8, and ain't nobody full. And now I feel away because now I poured into you and I gave you everything that you need. So now I feel rejected. I feel like I missed a particular thing. I feel like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do because now you're not full, not recognizing that me and you is the same, and I don't have the past. If I feel you, then a part of me is gonna be.
That's right. That's right. Oh, come on with the joke, like.
So the 3 gallons need to go to the fountain. So that we all can become full, and then we are not responsible for filling each other. What I can do is put a little water in you so that you can get to the fountain, but I can't deplete myself so that you can be full. What I'm supposed to do is fill the quarts, the pints, the cups.
I like to thank you for loving on BloomRadio.com.
We still got an hour and 10 minutes.
This is good.
We got an hour and 10 minutes.
We do. But come on now.
This is the conversation. This is the conversation we need to be having.
We do.
There needs to be a diversity in our systems.
Tell the truth, sister. Tell the truth.
Because I'm responsible from pouring to my overflow into those who have not graduated to the level I'm at. But I am also responsible for finding myself in spaces with people who have capacity to feel me.
Yeah.
But no, we just want to stay with the cup. We just want to stay. Everybody want to have a goblin. Everybody want to be a goblin. Everybody want to be 8 ounces, 16 ounces. No, we need 8 ounce, 16 ounce, 24 ounce, 32 ounce. We need it all. And at the end, we got to. So at one point, everybody gonna have to go to the ocean for the endless source of water, the river of living water that will flow out of you unending. And that's my responsibility. I'm gonna give you a little bit, but guess what? I'm going to the well.
Yeah.
So you come on over to the well with me. Come over to the well with me.
You know my water all the time.
I get my water, you get your water. I'm gonna teach you how to get your water so that you can stay full, and as you go, then you can. And then the well is not a secret place. We're not gatekeeping.
Thank you.
Come on,
We're doorkeeping. We're doorkeeping. We're not gatekeeping. Hey, look, listen, y'all. While she put her lip on, so we're not gatekeeping the well. We're not blindfolding the people and leaving, put the bag on their head and putting them in a van, and then they wake up at the well. No,
I'm gonna show you the path.
I'm gonna give you the GPS. I'm gonna share my location.
Come on, send me the location.
I'm gonna share the location.
I
know exactly how to get there. And then what I want you to do is screenshot it so that when you get back and you find somebody who needs to get to the well, you can be like, hey, hold on. I got the distraction. Yeah. I didn't come to preach, but maybe I did.
But you understand me.
But maybe I did.
And maybe you did. Listen now.
We got
come on with the confirmation. I'm trying to tell people.
Listen,
I love the reference that. You know what I'm saying? We're not all the same cup, and if everybody the same cup, then what are we doing here? I can't do nothing with you. There needs to be gallons. There should be some cups. There should be some quarts. Should be some liters. It should come on now, because how do you do that? How am I supposed? Somebody knows where the source is. I'm gonna go get the source, and I'm gonna show you how to get to the source. Give you all the directions to get to the source. You know what I'm saying? So when you come back, you can share where the source is, so we can all get to the source. So I'm not depleting myself in any capacity. Yeah. Come on.
I remember you better. Patrice. She used to tell me, Shaamika, if you need something, let me know. Now, I might not be the one to do it, but I can lead you to somebody. I ain't draining her. She gonna, but she gotta know it's the need, though. She gotta know it's the need. And then, let me see what I can do. Let me see what I know.
To know it's a need. Hey, y'all, it's Women's Herstory Month.
It is. It is.
Ladies,
it's a
ladies, can we listen and don't judge? Can we start articulating not only our needs, but our wants and our desires?
Come on now.
My auntie said, closed mouths don't get fed.
Come on now. Come on now.
Not only our needs, but yes, let's identify our needs. But I'm in a space where I'm identifying my wants and my desires. And I've had people give me the things off their back. Oh, I love that jacket. Can I have it?
Listen,
absolutely.
Listen, you know how many times I've done this?
Yeah.
Oh, I love those. Can I have them?
You know what
I'm saying? Or yeah. Where did you get them? I want a pair.
Yes. Exactly.
I don't know why we believe that we have to operate in isolation.
It's not everything over off the counter.
I don't know why. I mean, we have to begin to articulate our needs. If you don't tell me that you not okay with being half full, how am I going to know to pour from my overflow from you? Because you might be cool with that. And listen, if you cool with being half full, that's cool too. But if you're not, don't assume that I'm going to just pour because I see you half full.
Mm-hmm. Come on now.
Because you might have oil and I might be water. So if I pour into you, it ain't even gonna mix right.
You want to make a push.
I'm just saying. Just go. I just say,
Okay, you about to make me put you down.
if we're gonna talk about it, we may as
Well,
well.
we might as well.
If we're going to talk about it, we may as well
I
talk
love
about all of it.
Yes, tell the truth.
So yes, I'm half full, but sis, I've got distilled water in me, and you are
Purified.
purified.
Huh?
And no shade to the purified water, but I need distilled water. You can't put tap water in your Keurig.
You cannot.
You'll mess it up.
You can't.
So not only identifying that you have a need, but also identifying exactly what you need and not being afraid to say that. We just be wanting help so bad and we take help from anybody and then it hurts us in the beginning. Now my Keurig don't work because it's calcified because I can put tap water in it instead of putting the distilled or the purified water in it. Now it don't work no more. So now somebody done poured into you, done broke you, and you don't work no more.
What? Mm-hmm. Because you said what? You replaced my mic.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about, and I love this, and what I'm trying to get people to understand all the time. And she just said, I say this all the time. I got homeboys be pissed that at everything I did.
No, that's not do because they be in their chest.
Everything I did, man, just do the same for me. I'm like, who are you expecting to do the same for you? This is the person you just gave it to? They don't happen to get to you. They just got it from me. Yeah. I don't understand that logic. Like in this body, in this flesh, with this mind. I'm not kidding. I don't understand that. How in the heck, in any capacity, do I expect you to give? I just gave it to you. And if you give it back to me, you're not gonna have it anymore. Do you understand? Help me understand this. I can't get it from you. Right. And I have to understand and be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I'm giving it to you. I'm giving you what you need. And now I have to go somewhere else.
Wait, Mimi said something that requires rewind. Take that and rewind it back.
Yeah.
Mimi said, what did you say? I just gave it to you and what?
What did I say?
It broke me.
It broke me.
Yeah. Can we stop breaking ourselves to give stuff to people? If you ain't got it, you ain't got it.
I ain't got it. I ain't got it. Excuse me, say that again. Say it again.
I said it broke me.
And then to give you something that I didn't have. Say it again. And then you said, can we stop doing what?
Can we stop breaking ourselves, giving people stuff we ain't even got? Now we both broke. Useless. Can't do nothing.
Nothing.
I don't borrow nobody nothing. I either give it to you or I don't.
I
either give it to you or I don't. Because first of all, money, because we always, money is where it is. We always want to borrow, we want to be the friend that can be counted on to borrow some friend some money. And how do friendships fall out when there's money involved?
Have your funky little $20. Why is my $20 funky?
Why is my $20 funky? I'm gonna tell you why your $20 funky.
My $20 funky.
Because the $20 that you borrowed, you really took it from something. You didn't have it to give. That's why you borrowed it with the expectation that you were going to get it back. Nope. So what we are doing is pretending that we're giving when we're actually borrowing. Because we have an expectation of getting it back. So listen, if I don't have it to give,
to never get back,
I don't get it.
Yeah, because if I give away something with the expectation of having it returned,
you borrowed it.
I don't have it to give. I done borrowed it and I don't have it.
And it's okay to say, hey, I ain't got it.
It's
okay.
But I think that's the thing. Sometimes when you see a friend going through something and you know they need it and you're like, shoot, it's the, hey, I gotta say no. Maybe that's the hard part.
Baby, that ain't hard for me. That's the easy.
See,
Come on now. You got to get there. Tell me why you feel like that's the hard part, sis.
Because it's like, okay, let me see what I can do. I don't have, can't say no.
But if you don't have it to give, how are you giving it? So you sacrifice.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Ask it and receive it.
I'm gonna tell you what I learned, and I learned this, and I've been learning this. And you are, but we all are.
We all learn.
We all learn it. It ain't no. We're not pointing a finger and shaming you. Ain't no shame. You understand what I'm saying? These are parts of the lessons that we learned. You know what I'm saying? So when you can see it in 3 different phases right here. This is literally the same concept in 3 different phases. Because I've just learned you can't have it. Especially if I know it's gonna work.
Here, I'm gonna make a real plain for me. Mimi, you got 6 chicken wings. You got just enough of the, what is it called? The intense rush sauce. Patrice done put a DoorDash order in and done paid for her 6 wings with the intense rush sauce.
Indeed.
Here I come into the Eve, drunk,
Ready to go.
hungry,
And need these.
hungry, drunk, hungry, and ain't got no money.
Mm-hmm.
You got Patrice's paid order. You got me looking for the 6 wings, and you got 6 wings. What you gonna do? See, it's just that simple. You ain't got it. Okay to feel bad to not have it. It's okay, like, dang, I really want to be in a position to give it, but do you take from
Don't send me 4 wings, Sam. Get up too.
Right. Like,
and then call me and be like, hey, I know your order's short, because don't you.
Because this is a paying customer. Now, you probably, listen, you probably can call Patrice and be like, hey, Jamila in here, she's feeling away, But I know Patrice is her.
Indeed.
Patrice will say, go ahead and give her the 6 wings, and then don't bother giving me my money back. Because I know that's how Patrice is.
And will.
But that's not your decision. That's not your choice. That's her choice. So sometimes we rob people of their choices. Listen, I'm on this journey. I was not always there. It's called the superhero complex. It's called the savior complex. We feel like we got to be the one to save. When, in essence, we're supposed to be the one to send them to the savior.
You go right. Your husband gonna be like, you can't never go on her show again.
Oh, this is a lesson that I learned.
Come on now.
I had a friend who had an issue. She called me complaining about this issue, and all while she complaining, I'm in my mind like, I could make 1, 2 phone calls, and this could be fixed. 2 phone calls, and this could be fixed. I really could get on the back phone and make 1 phone call and make this happen. So all the while she's complaining to me about what it is that she desires, I said to myself, as soon as we get off this phone, I'm gonna make it right for her. I get off the phone, Lord said, you don't know what I'm doing in this situation.
And did.
So you better not make that phone call. I did not make the phone call. Now, the situation did not work the way that she wanted it to. The situation worked out the way that God intended it, and that situation is still working. So, we have to get out. We robbing people of their gift of choice because we're making choices for people that we really ain't in a position to make. And then we lose sight of the fact that we are kingdom carriers. We are not the kingdom. We are glory carriers. We are not the glory, because those of us who have been gifted,
indeed,
I'm talking about me, those of us who have been gifted with the strength and the girth to carry a lot of the glory. Sometimes we get blinded and think that it's us. Because I'm not the only glory carrier. And then I can't devise in my mind what it is that the Creator has intended for this person. So the hardship or the laboring through making decisions or going through that process is to shape them into an evolution of who God had intended them to be. And if I do something contrary to God's will, then guess what, y'all? So even in being nice and kind, even in wanting to help, if it's outside of the intended will of God, we are being disobedient, even in our
Exactly. That's why they said a delayed response is still a delayed response. It's still disobedience.
Disobedience.
Now, I learned that real hard. I was like, you did. Right now, okay.
I got 4 questions that I ask myself. When I find myself in a situation, I got 4 questions that I ask myself. Question number 1, is it a heaven or hell issue? Is my intervening in this situation gonna lead somebody to Christ or not? Okay? And if it ain't a heaven or hell issue, then I go down to question number 2. Question number 2 is, do I have capacity? You need $100? I'm running through my bills. Not only am I running through my bills, is these kids gonna want to go to Buffalo this weekend? Is they gonna want to eat Chick-fil-A on Saturday? Can they live without Chick-fil-A on Saturday? I run through that. Do I have capacity? If I got capacity, right? Yeah, I got this $100. I can give it. Number 3, do I have authority? Just because I can doesn't mean I should. So now I have to have a conversation with the Creator, like, hey, fam, do you want me to do so or not? Creator will say yes or no. The Creator might also say, I don't care. When I first heard that, I was like, what you mean? You don't care. Right? And so if it's I don't care, then it goes to the final question. Do I have the desire? Do I want to do it? Because God loves a what? Cheerful giver. So if I don't want to do it, then I'm not cheerful about it. So I got an attitude giving you these, and that's how my $20 is funky.
Come on, I can
Because
you don't funky
this is
$20.
not my,
Come on now.
I misgave it. I really borrowed it. Grudgingly. So it's a funky $20 because it don't smell like love.
Come on now.
So I borrowed you this $20 when I asked you to give me $20. You have told me that I borrowed.
Come on now. Come on.
I'm asking you to give me $20, but I'm using language like, can I borrow? So now we don't understand the terms of our agreement. So now the $20 is funky.
Now the $20 is funky. Please.
The $20 is funky because I really didn't have it to give in the first place. And so it's a strain for me to give it. And the $20 is funky because I borrowed you that $20. But I thought that you gave it to me. So here, take your little funky $20 back. And now our relationship is sour because we were honest with each other. We didn't go down the flow chart. Maybe we didn't have authority or capacity or desire to give it in the first place.
Listen.
Somebody help.
Listen, I'm trying to explain real quick.
Somebody help.
Real quick. You're bothering. To make you like, wait a minute. What?
Somebody help. So we could hit my back phone number when we leave.
Come on now. So I know we talking about we got time, just so you know that we got time. Is this anything like you thought the show was gonna be there? No. See.
Shamika thought she was gonna come over here and talk about munchies, Detroit style.
And just
talk about her menu.
Just quiet and nervous.
No man. No, ma'am. And that's, I mean, we talking about, and as you called it, Women's History Month. You know what I'm saying? This is how we become a part of that. And this is how we become a part of each other's history. You know what I'm saying? We cross these paths for a reason. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have, then you bring to the source. You know what I'm saying? If I can't, you know what I'm saying? And even if I can, I still need you to get to the source so that you don't have to take mine. You know what I'm saying? When they say you got to get your own. I'm just saying that's what it is. And that's the whole point. It's not about gatekeeping relationships. It's not about putting people in a position where they gotta go through.
Say it
Where they gotta go.
You gotta say it.
Where they gotta go through you to get to the dot. You know what I'm saying? This ain't that. You know what I mean? And if you know me, then you know that is absolutely not how I move. I be wanting people to know. Did you meet such perfect example? Was my birthday party. That threw me. You know what I'm saying? Because I talked to people that I talked to them individual relationships under the assumption that I'm like, you quit playing. And they're like, well, we all know now. Hey, how you doing? I'm like, are you kidding me? You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. And I have no problem if somebody mentioned something that they needed. And I don't have, oh, yeah, she told me about such and such because whatever. So as you mention, tell me what you need. Tell me what you want. You know what I'm saying? What you say? I'm not a mechanic, but I know somebody. Right. You know what I'm saying? Hold on one second. You know what I'm saying? And I don't got to make the call. Hold on. You got the phone available, so I can give you the email how you want it. Because not only am I putting myself to extra work, you know what I'm saying? Why am I working myself extra hard trying to hold on to who gets through the door? Do I have the authority to do the guy's doggone phone number, email, whatever the case may be, make the connection? Because that's why we're here anyway. There is no way in this whole multiverse of life that these connections happen for a reason. If I didn't need to know you, or you didn't need to know her, we wouldn't be here together at all. You're sure there'd be no way. The white truck, that white box truck that just drove past here, I've seen it in the window. But apparently, I was supposed to. I didn't know it's not another car. I was supposed to see that for whatever reason. Oh, I don't care. I might not need it for a month. It don't matter. It'll come to mind when it's supposed to. All these moments happen for a reason, and we, again, abusing the choice. Now we're talking about abusing the choice and putting on uniforms and taking on jobs that don't belong to us. You know what I'm saying? That's not my responsibility as a human being in this life. Every connection that I have is available to something and or someone for something and or. You understand what I'm saying? Someone. It's just what it is. That's how we move. This is how we grow. This is how the spider web connected. I was telling my homeboy, she was saying, but I want to get this, I want to get to around the corner. Okay, no problem. You know what I'm saying? You want to get to around the corner? Hold on one second. It's 30,000 things that's happening in place before it even gets to you to be able to get to the car, to be able to get in it and start riding. When you stop at that red light or move to the green light, it's something happening like a mile or two, if not farther. I'm using these small numbers for a reason to go into place so that when you get to where you are, you did so safe.
Yeah.
Things that you can never wrap your mind around. Things that you would never plan for, never imagine. All these things are taking place so that you can get this thing done. We never think about it like that. It's always, I went outside and I got it. No, fam. It was a process. You might not know what the whole process was, but there is one. You know what I'm saying? And all these things happen in place of a reason. And sometimes we interject and you put a monkey wrench in the plan. What is you? Not okay. You know what? Okay. okay, so I was gonna tell you to go this route. Don't go that way now. You understand what I'm saying? I was gonna have you do this. Don't do that now. You know what I'm saying? That's why people can come with that. The lady is not denied. I'm sorry. I'll be petty sometimes. But that's what it is. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes it's a delay that you cause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when we cause our own delays, the process has to be restructured all over again. And they're like, well, how is that? Sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we don't know. But if this is where you're trying to go, and you keep trying to put your own, follow your own map, well, good luck. Good luck. Well, good luck. I hope you find it. But good luck on that. I'm so serious about that. People like you. How do you? I don't know anything extra. I just if there's a whatever the connection that I have with myself and whatever I don't know nothing. You understand me? He was like, hey, so blah 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 blah. Well, he knew it, and now I got to follow out the plan.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't know nothing about that. People look at me really weird when I'm like,
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, right.
No.
No, I don't. And the truth of the matter is, I'm not about to spread my face on the concrete. Trying to figure out. I'm not doing that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to go above and beyond. You know what I'm saying? To be a resource. You know what I'm saying? And some people would really believe that, oh, you just gotta be right. If being right means that it's causing you harm, what part of your mind is processing that I want to see you harmed? Now that's what my situation is right now. I wouldn't even forget the stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Like, no, we had that much.
You don't know who I am then.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm. And so, like all month I've been saying, y'all, you can call in if you want to.
Yeah.
I'm telling everybody, you can call in or chop it up or come get this information or share it or whatever. I mean, I want to make sure that we celebrating all of our women and whatever. And the static response, when I say static, I mean very, very slow to come response. I was like, I know y'all see it because y'all commented and like it and order. Why you don't want to celebrate the women in your life? What is it about them or her or me that's keeping you from really evaluating or celebrating or honoring or speaking out about that? You know what? That's okay because it's gonna be all month. I got 5 Mondays this month. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep going. And I pray that each Monday that I was able to get on and share that these messages really resonate with people and it causes a moment for them, a moment of clarity for me, whoever is for. You know what I'm saying? And if it's only one, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's more than enough for me. Why do you do the show still? We talking 14 years later. Are you still doing it? You miss out. Because I'm not doing it for you.
Yeah.
If you feel like, are you still doing that show thing? Okay. It's not for you. That's not your best. But every time there's a message to be delivered, I plan to be present to do so. Mm-hmm. Every time that there's a connection to be made, I'm never standing in the way of that. You know what I mean? And sometimes we don't know how to get out of our own way. And sometimes we don't know how to get tied to the next step. Like these are all the friends I got. And I probably, y'all can't, none of y'all help me. I'm looking at this circle over here trying to figure out, because what I need and what I want is over there. Where's the connection at, or whatever the case may be? And some people literally will just stand around and looking at their friends and never trying to figure out what the connection is, because somebody that's got their back turned is actually somebody that they know. And not that they got their back turned to you. It's just in this moment, I didn't know. What you do? Hey. And you was like, come over here. This is how we do that.
And then,
can I be over here? Yes. Am I in the right spot?
Let's be honest. We listen, we don't judge.
Come on now.
We over in this circle.
Mhm.
Shamika invite you over in that circle, but I'm over here talking about what you going over there for?
Exactly.
What you going over there for?
Exactly.
They don't like you over there. They don't know you over there.
Tell the truth now. Come on.
It's comfortable over here. You've always been over here. You ain't never been not over here.
Right. Come on, not over here. You ain't never been not over there. You ain't never been not over here. That piece of that is sums up my whole life.
You ain't never not been over here.
Yes.
And instead of it's new and exciting over there, would you like for me to go over there with you?
Yes.
So that at least you know I'm over there
with you. Exactly.
No. So guess what? I done did the work. I continue to do the work. Listen, me, myself, and that's the three of us.
Come on now, three of us. Come on now.
The three of us will go over, and I'm okay with leaving you right here now, and I'm okay with taking you with me. But guess whose choice that is?
Come on now.
You get to choose. And then if you can't go, you don't get to choose. That's not your choice. But when the choice is yours, you get to make it. And when the choice is mine, I get to make it. I'm in a season of honoring everybody's choices.
Come on now.
If I agree or disagree. If I'm neutral about it on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being strongly agree, 5 being strongly disagree. Listen, I'm going to honor your choice. And if it's just for the selfish reason that when I get to a position where I want to choose, I want you to honor my choice too.
So what's your thoughts now, Shaamika, about the show, about the concept, about the sharing? You know what I'm saying? So that's clearly that you look like, oh, okay. Okay, I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Relax.
You look right.
Very relaxed.
Now I'm like, not messing with you.
And well, yes. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's good. I really love it. I just love the sharing. You know, that we communicate through our hearts, our minds, that we're trying to uplift each other. Man, I love it. She'll tell you I was so nervous. I was like, oh Lord, I'm so nervous. I'm on JustPatrice show. Oh my God.
Look, you on JustPatrice show.
We on JustPatrice. That's it. This is probably the thing I'm like, but
that's her.
You know,
when I first, what is it? Good eat or not?
Good eat or not?
Good eat or not?
Baby.
She got the food. I'm glued to the screen, but I'm like, oh my gosh, because Miss Patrice don't like this.
And she gonna tear me up, and she knew it. I was ready.
But she do it in a loving manner, and she's honest. Because it was something she liked it, but it wasn't her favorite. But she was honest, and that's what I love. So to be actually finally on the show, I was just so nervous. Like, oh Lord, no Lord. But I'm glad I'm here.
I'm glad you're here.
My spirit needed today.
Yes, come on,
We were talking about that.
And
what was the odds though of her? Like you could have had somebody else.
John, I said to her, she said
immediately.
She said the dates out in March. I said, let me look at my calendar. I'm available on March 31st.
And did.
Yeah, and Miss Patrice, she said, thank you. I said, she said, I need you to come this month. I'm like, okay, I know I can't do it this way. Okay, what about 31st? She said it's gonna be, I think, 4 of the people. 4 or 5. And I was like, oh Lord, I'm nervous.
I said, about 4 of us, it'll be all right. And there's only one person that couldn't make it, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because it's exactly what's supposed to be.
And you here.
Here I am. Here I go.
Because my journey that I'm on is to be aware of me, myself. To be in that space, to be okay with just me.
Here we are.
What are the odds?
What are the guys?
What are the guys?
Because he be doing it.
Yeah. It's funny. I was just saying that. I said because I think a lot of times say for me, because I can't speak for everybody, I'm so used to being around people that me being by myself, silent, I'm like, okay, I need to do something. I got to do something because I'm not comfortable in just being just to myself. That's a journey.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like meditation is a practice.
Is it?
Meditation is a practice. We have to
Practice.
practice
Practice.
being still. We have to practice being quiet. Like we have to practice it. Just like you practice basketball or you practice yoga or you practice medicine. Like it's a practice. It never becomes perfect. But the more you do it, the better you get at it. And you have to be I took a training a few weeks ago, the mental health first aider training I took, and our our facilitator said, don't be intentional about anything. Because you can intend to do something and it never happens. She said, be deliberate. Do it deliberately. It is a practice. So listen, and it's going to be uncomfortable at first because it's new, right? It's something you've never done before, so it's not going to feel natural. But the more that you do it, the more natural it becomes. And you can start at 2, 3 minutes. Pull up into your driveway when you get home, turn the car off, put your phone in your pocket, and just sit for 60 seconds. Like practice. And then you build from there. I got fifth graders, and if y'all know anything about 10-year-olds, they're not gonna stay still.
No.
And 10-year-olds, shout out to Children's Honor Association. I had a good run over there at the Golden Center right on 24th and Burleigh. Every Monday I would go in there with those children. And the fifth graders that I had K5. And so we had been practicing for 6 years. The executive director was on site one particular Monday. I didn't know. We were doing a meditative practice. 20 10-year-olds in a classroom listening to meditative music and not moving or saying a thing for 10 minutes. What in the Black Girl Magic have you done to these children, Jamila? Okay, before we start with 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds. Then we go 45, a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Let's put a little food in our bellies. So our bellies aren't rumbling. So now we're really nice and quiet. We're nice and still. It's a practice. And people believe that meditation is emptying out your mind. It's not that. It's realizing what's in your mind, acknowledging what's there, and sorting it accordingly, remaining dedicated to what you're there to do, right?
Yeah.
That's all it is. So you don't sit there and be like, okay, that bird is chirping. Yep, the bird is chirping. I hear it chirping. Thank you for the gift of hearing, but I'm not here to hear the bird chirp. I'm here to learn about me. Why did I hear the bird chirp? What about the bird chirping? Why did I hear the bird chirp? Why didn't I hear? Oh, now I hear the traffic. Why am I hearing the traffic? So it's not about emptying your mind. People think it's about emptying. It's not. It's about acknowledging everything that is there, sorting it accordingly, and then remaining true to what you your goal, your focus.
And I think I'm glad that you mentioned that because I was talking with one of the not the one of the, but the CEO of Globe today. We're talking about meditation and sound and stuff, whatever. So I'm glad you offered some clarity on what we are seeking during that time, as we are trying to, establish different programming for not just the young people, but for their parents as well. And how to get them to quiet their minds and to connect and focus to self. So I'm not here to hear the bird. I'm here to hear about myself. But why did I need to know that? You know, what if i.e. why did that white truck drive past and I needed to check on that. I appreciate you being able to be clear in that and then open that up the mind. And so there are people that are listening that are like, I thought y'all was just sitting there talking about breakfast. You're not thinking about your breakfast. You're not supposed to be thinking about your breakfast.
If you think about
But
it,
it's okay if you think about the breakfast because now you have to know how does that associate with what is going on in your body and in your mind and in your heart. I think that's beautiful.
Thank
you. Yes, that's like Shaamika, like I'm like, oh, come on. Yes, indeed. What's your favorite recipe to make, Shaamika?
oh, yeah.
I'm hoping it's that impossible. That's what you all think. You don't have to be on your thing. You don't have to be on your menu.
I don't know if I have a favorite.
Okay.
Pound cake and German chocolate cake.
So you like to bake. Your favorite, your
favorite
thing is
is
to bake. Okay.
Yeah.
And pound cake. Well, so for those of us who are not baker savvy, why is it called a pound cake?
I think it's the flour. What is it? Flour, sugar, butter, like
Ratio.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, so you said a German chocolate cake. Okay, mind you, let me digress real quick because I was gonna go real quick. I also realized, that I haven't had these sweets for like 2 weeks, and so my body was like,
Hey, Papa, German chocolate. I remember when that was tastes like.
yes, my body did just real quick.
No, seriously.
I set up and everything, and I was like,
Like.
yeah. So I had a moment. Let me
Get back to the intention. We're not having sweets right
Yeah,
now. Those do taste good,
Yeah.
but we can't taste them.
We can't taste them right now. It's okay. Don't live in that moment. I felt myself dying. I was like, don't do that. Back away real quick. However, I've also spent the month without meat, which has been very interesting. I say without meat, but some people like, when you had catfish, I did have fish, and then another time I had some shrimp, but I've not had any, no red meat, no chicken, no beef, no chicken, I haven't had nothing but fish and shrimp. Okay, let's name it all. Okay. And honestly, I don't know that I miss it. That's very interesting because I'm like, do I want a burger? No, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, because now, of course, now I can smell all the meat. Yesterday, my mother baked a ham.
Oh,
And
did you die?
I didn't die because I had to cut it up. Okay, and I was like, I don't want not a piece to not a. I didn't have the desire to put any of it in my mouth. And I'm gonna tell you, ham and bacon. Okay, like all like ham and I mean like not the whole ham though, just certain parts of it. I'm just like, we listen at me though. Yeah, certain parts of the ham because I like it's the meat texture.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, anyway, I didn't lick my fingers from the juice. Nothing, and I was like, I might be on to something. And then I was asked, well, why did you choose March? It's not like ain't nobody doing nothing special. This is what I said, ain't nobody. I'm not doing it because somebody else is doing it. I'm working on my own self-discipline. And March was the next month to come up. If this was April, I would be doing it in April. Right. March, because March is so long. Are you trying to encourage or discourage me? Because at this point, I want to be shit at. Seriously, be quiet. Because I'm gonna get through it. And I'm set, and I have. The only thing that I want to have that I haven't had, that I've actually been craving this time, is I want some ice cream. So sometime, I don't know, in a week or two, I'll have some ice cream. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, I'm good on the point where when I used to eat for stress, I haven't done that at all this month. And when I felt like I was about to, then it was grab a carrot, eat some apple, whatever, to sub that crunch. You know what I'm saying? Grab me some almonds, You know what I'm saying? And literally, that was it. But I didn't find myself cuddled up with food. And I noticed I happened in that. I didn't find myself in a capacity like being intimate with the food. I was like, oh, okay. I think I'm almost there. I'm almost there. But that sugar withdrawal, it's a thing for lean in and say it all night. Because, baby, I was grumpy. I thought my body was like doing something. I'm like, to the point where I was pacing him. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I think I'm going to withdraw. And she was like, do you need something? And I was like, no, I don't want it. Whatever it is that I want, I don't want it. I'm not going to do it. But I think I'm going through withdrawal. Crazy. And like for like 2 days, I had this crazy headache. Like my body was trying to make me eat the sugar. And I was like, yeah, I'm good on that. I don't never want to have nothing that's gonna try to make me. No, I'm okay. I don't want nothing. But I think that I haven't had alcohol since September of last year. I think I had a drink with Drake Pack.
Okay.
But outside of that, I haven't had. And I desire to mix it, but I don't desire to consume it. And I'm sure that's the sugar thing. You get what I'm saying? So, and that's where I was at. I want to make sure that I'm not, because the alcohol and sugar in this belly, in this body, I know where it's from. So I'm like, okay, I don't need that. What about this certain meats, or what about this certain thing? How am I managing that mentally, psychologically, emotionally? Am I in a place where I'm feeling strong enough to be able to do and strong enough to do? And then what I've learned also in this process is, and I don't know if it was a client that told me, was it? I don't remember who told me. It was the last month somebody shared this with me, and I'm telling you, it helped me immensely. We pray to God all the time, asking God, give me strength. God, help me to do such and such. God, I need you to help me. What I learned was, don't help me do nothing. You go and knock it out. You do it. Don't make me strong enough to do nothing. You are strong enough all by yourself.
So go ahead
and knock it out.
Don't you, fam?
Exactly. So, and that's what I've been really like practicing that like crazy. Like, just give me a little. Don't give me a little bit of longer of nothing. I'm serious, because those gifts come with tests and trials.
Yeah.
And let me tell you who don't need a damn another test and trial right now. I just didn't. I didn't want one.
Don't.
You know what I'm saying? Not another test or trial. Because those things that we ask for, how else do you build patience? You got to build patience. You don't just be like, and
here's your patience.
No, no, thank you. You know what? You handle that, please. You know what? I trust you. If you're gonna make that happen, and I've really been adamant about that. And because of that, I believe that my faith is stronger. You know what I'm saying? My ability to my self-control is coming in alignment, because I'm out of control. In my mind anyway. I believe I was out of control. I didn't have no discipline.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I was disciplined in is, and I've been so passionate about it, it's like, well, God know I love him. We did it, whatever. It just that wasn't enough, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, but where's the discipline to show that? Can I not can other people see me changing, but where's the discipline and not so much just so other people see it, because any change somebody else is gonna see different. A little flick of the color of my hair, and they're gonna notice it's different. But the core of who I am, it's time for that to be disciplined in God. You know what I'm saying? So when I show up and I be saying what I'm saying, it's not a game around this part. I mean it with the same conviction that I say I love massage. When you see me showing up for that, I'm on deck. No question if I believe that is my God's work. God's like, you know what? You're going to put your hands on these people. I think to do it. Talk about you. Quiet. But I believe that.
I got my appointment.
And do. Look at that.
Get my appointment before I leave.
And should.
That. We just talk about the work.
You got to do the work, and you got to be intentional and deliberate, and you have to practice it. Yes. That's what you got to do.
Scheduling.
I appreciate that.
Hey, Kiriana, I see you.
Listen, let's jump back up. Crystal jumped in. She said, I'm back. Shout out to J Squad Thompson. She said, Shaamika, Boss Lady Robinson, hey. Hey, Black jumped in. Hey, how you doing, bro? Appreciate you. Crystal Ship said, I'm back. Then she said, FYI, that godly glow looks good on y'all. We appreciate that. Hey, Kiriana, how you doing? Shout out to
Kiriana.
Indeed. Crystal said, I was there in spirit and art, my love.
In spirit and in the comments.
She said, tap in with Alamo for some, sound baths being offered to the public for free. And then she put the link available because she be doing it. Come on.
Listen. Shout out to Melissa Blue Muhammad.
Come on.
Honey, she be floating around here. She is a gift.
Yes, ma'am.
To this earth. Yeah, she's doing some community sound baths for the free 99. For the free 99. Don't worry, baby. We're gonna figure out a time where we can go together. I'm gonna go with you.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna go with you. Just a way to channel, meditation to give you some tips and tricks, right? So like, it's good. So shout out.
She said it's good.
And Melissa is the certified yoga instructor. Now I can't wait to take a class with you. So Blue was the person that gave me the nickname as the yoga drill sergeant.
Well, yeah.
After she got the yoga drill sergeant, and Alamo, them copper bracelets that you see that I have on the bracelets, those are from Alamo. I don't have them on today.
Come on, bracelets.
But the bracelets, yes, I got a chakra bracelet, and then I got the signature bracelet. All your copper wiring, crystals, and all of that good stuff. She does education on it, and she is a Reiki.
Nice.
She be teaching it. What's above a master? Because I believe she got to be above that because she teaches several levels of Reiki.
Yes.
Shouts out to her.
She gave me a is it Black Obsidian? Is that what it's called? Yeah, and I keep it charged.
You got to.
And ready to go.
You got to.
And it's, and another thing that about what I love about the jewelry, because it's copper, and the way that copper metal work with your body is I be checking the iron, checking the color of it, make sure it ain't changed no color to make sure to see what my body's emitting. It's crazy. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, seriously, because baby, sometimes our bodies emit certain energies, oils, frequencies, you know what I'm saying? And it will change the color of the copper. No different than the beautiful copper roofs that we see around the city and around the world that are now that greenish color. They need to be cleaned, and they don't want nobody to go clean them. But if they clean those buildings that's that greenish color, they would be beautiful copper.
Yep, and my skin used to turn green. Like when I was a little kid. And they was like, oh, you just allergic to it. But now that we've learned, we got, oracles like, well,
come on now.
We're out here
telling you
about
the copper is blessing your body, taking that stuff right on out of there. Come on. Yes. Get it out of there.
Get it out.
That's what you said the other day. Get me out. Yes. Right.
It's weird.
Right now. Right now.
Get me out. Bro. Not from here though. I gotta figure out how to be on here quarter.
You should. I told you that.
I know the door be open.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I got
you. Yeah. Especially during this season, the equipment would stay here. Because I usually be at the house because it's decent. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I'd be like, who got to carry this stuff, and I get up in this winter time, I'm not going nowhere if I want to. I won't sit
I know.
right here.
I know the house.
And you, and you can. And you can come right on in through. Yes, ma'am. So what is your experience with it that you
This is good. Listen, there are some key words that have been said that have been confirmation to my spirit.
Okay.
2025 is the year of radiate.
And it is.
So radiate has been said
Several times.
The sun is shining not by happenstance, I believe. The God is really speaking to Jamila about what she should be doing out there in these streets. I'm excited. Listen. Hey, Mimi. Hey, Mimi.
She said, hey,
Yo, Mimi don't. Crystal, can you pull up in the comments and tell Mimi what she is in store for?
Listen.
Mimi has been added.
She said, and you have one. In today's show.
Crystal, tell her what you want.
How about it?
But no, this is amazing. Listen, Patrice.
Yes, ma'am.
14 years. I remember 14 years ago. I remember glowradio.com and when it first. Thank you. Thank you. Listen. I know. I know. And we appreciate you. Your continuous.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Because I know it wanted it. You want it to be enough.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
So to see you operate in your gift and to see, I'm gonna get real churchy real quick. I know I don't belong to the church, I belong to the streets, but you know, it's in me. It's not over. To see the extra dose of the anointing. Like there's a level of anointing that resonates in all of us and how we operate, but then there's a level of anointing that descends upon us, and I saw it click. Like it was almost like God flipped the switch on you, and I'm over here like you, that girl. And because I know you intimately, right? So I know what you look like when the switch is flipped the other way.
Right.
I know, and like I said, there is a level of residual anointing that rests on all of us, but then when you get that extra oomph of it, like you be like, hey. So yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna slide into the DMs a little bit.
I believe that. And we will. So do you have any specials, Munch? I like it.
Munch.
You got any specials?
Got anything special?
Coming up?
She said it's all special.
It is. It is. Any events coming up that think going on? What's your hour today?
Not open on Monday.
Okay, well, I can't go get that today. I know. Listen,
I'd be devastated when I roll over and be wanting to. They'd be like, right there, it ain't available. All right. Right? I'd be like, all right. So you open them around.
So tomorrow is normally, well, it might be a change for a week or two with the bar.
Okay.
For a week or two. Thomas got a couple of things he take care of. So I'm not 100% sure if the bar will open on Tuesdays for a minute.
Okay.
Even if the bar doesn't open on Tuesday, I'll still be there to do DoorDash or if you want to call it to do a pickup. But you won't be able to just come in and get drinks and things like that.
Okay.
So if you want to come in and get an order and leave, you can do that.
What time on Tuesday? How early can we call in for order?
I'm actually trying to do the 12. If the bar don't open, I'm trying to do like 12 7.
Okay.
So
Yes.
at 12 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh, we girl, don't play with my little heart.
I'm a message you.
Mhm.
So yeah.
And you know, she gonna pull it right up on the socials.
And DoorDash and say, Miss Shaamika,
It's not active.
Yeah.
Did you turn it? Seriously, I put it on like, oh, it's not on.
Turn the door on.
Yeah, turn it immediately.
It's not showing the green.
If you said we put this on the menu, it's not on the menu.
It's
The
not.
menu that you show it is not on the thing. Please push the right
Yeah.
button. So I can get it right.
I love it.
Yes.
So then throughout the week is normally 8 to 12, and then Fridays and Saturdays 8 to 2 in the morning.
Okay.
But I always get there early I get there at 4, but I start serving at least by 6. But the bar
On site.
Okay.
And so you, like I said, you can call or you can do DoorDash to the
Where is the site? Can we get an address?
Yes, it's 6222 West Fond du Lac. Right? Did I say that?
Do it again.
6222.
That's it.
Yeah.
West Fond du Lac.
West Fond du Lac.
Okay, yeah, that's what straight from my house. Sounds good.
Eve Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Munchies.
Munchies, Detroit style.
2 N's and a Z.
It is.
Heavy on the Detroit style.
Listen, did you say heavy on the Detroit style?
Heavy on the Detroit style.
So remember we was talking about doing commercials and stuff, getting your stuff together or whatever? This is the voice I was going to use. But that's another story. We'll talk about that later.
Yes. It's like, girl, is you hungry?
Mm.
Baby, because I want a munchies heavy on the Detroit style. Have you had the loose burger?
And she with it, right?
What is the loose burger? Girl, let me tell you.
Stop playing with me. You heard me?
Munch be doing the food.
Mm-hmm. It's going down.
Going
So
down.
we definitely got to get you in here.
Don't you?
Even if you come get the fish.
I'm coming to get the fish, the shrimp.
And
Listen, my kids and my husband eat the farm animals. So we're gonna come and get a barrage of the things, okay? And my children, they bougie, okay? They have very sophisticated palates, okay? So if it ain't right, it's gonna be right. And they gonna tell the story. Listen, they like the jerk chicken pasta. And if you cook it and I don't have to, praise God. Hallelujah. They be want me to make jerk chicken pasta every week.
Because it's good, G.
Yeah.
And it'll be good.
Because it's good.
But they be at school all day while I be laboring.
Just prep, yeah, they like,
And my kid, my baby, God bless him, he was like, Mama, you love us so much. I was like, why you say that, kid? He was like, because you don't even eat meat, but you cook it for us every day. I said, yeah. It's called an investment. When you make it to the NBA or the NFL, remember, your mama cooks your meat every day.
And she don't even eat it.
Okay, remember that.
Hilarious. Check this out. As we get ready to wrap up, I want to make sure that we got it. Oh, hey, Lyle. How you doing? 106.9 FM in Chicago.
Okay, Chicago, shut down.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. So I want to thank y'all for hanging out with us. Please make sure that you show some love to my sister friends as they are, doing their thing with their businesses. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, she will come to you. Agape Yoga Street, excuse me, is a beautiful, beautiful concept. And we need to talk about the sun salutations that she offered.
And we even got to talk about it. We can be about it. The sun salutation will be offered this Sunday. And every first Sunday of the month at 10:15, go to www.embodyogamke. That's my home studio. www.embodyogamke.com. Sign up for the sun salutations this Sunday and every first Sunday. Shine, shadows, and shade is what we're going to get into this Sunday.
Listen, check that out. You hear that? So, again, I know, come on, but sun salutations is a yoga practice
it's a Bible-based yoga practice. So the SUN salutations in Vinyasa Flow Yoga is a choreographed set of moves that help to warm up the body. So when you go to a standard Vinyasa Flow class, you'll do sun salutations. There's a sun salutation A, there's a sun salutation B, there's also a move salutation. And so these are the same set of moves. So regardless of whatever yoga studio you go to, if they're practicing that particular style of yoga, you'll get a sun salutation. The Lord gave me the SON salutation. So it's a biblically based yoga practice where we give honor to God, the giver of the breath. We open up with prayer, scripture, and the scripture actually guides us through our practice. Jamila, how does the scripture guide you through a practice that some people don't even think that's Christian? I'm so glad you asked.
How about it?
Prayer is a spiritual practice that's practiced, revered in every single religion that you know about. Everybody,
Everybody.
everybody pray. But do Christians not pray because the Muslims or the Buddhists or the Hindus pray? No. Every single religious practice has sacred texts that they read from. We call ours the Bible, right? We got the Quran, right?
Okay.
The yamas and niyamas is really what is ancient yogic scriptures, and they're not even scriptures, but they're writings, right? But we don't not read the Bible because other religious practices have their text, do we?
And
We fast, right? There are other ways that individuals abstain or eat, as you know how they do. But because um, Hindus have adopted the spiritual practice, adopted yoga as a spiritual practice, we think that it's only reserved for the Hindus. Well, if that's the case, what about prayer? Because Christianity is relatively new religion here in these streets. What about reading text? Okay, so yoga. So the sun salutations, we open up with prayer, we have scripture, and then we use the yoga practice to inform our bodies. In March, we went on the potter's wheel, Jeremiah 18. When Jeremiah went down to the potter's house, right? They talked about the wheel, so we talked about pottery making. There's a form of practice in yoga called the mandala practice, where you actually practice the way that you practice the yoga, it goes in a circle around the mat. And so, for people to really get into their spirits and their minds and their bodies, if they were on the potter's wheel, letting the creator shape, fashion, and mold them, or if they were on the hamster's wheel, just moving and not going anywhere at all, we literally have to move our bodies in a circle. So, we use the text, the time, the talent, and the treasure to ensure that we are getting these biblical concepts not only in our hearts, but in our mind and in our.
she's like, yes.
You
Come
got
to I need to do all this stuff.
Be like, yes.
I love it. I love it. I want to send a special shout out to blowradio.com, Homework Glow. Typically, today is the anniversary, 17 years.
Wow.
And I'm excited to be a part of the family. Homer is doing a live now, and as I'm resolving, I want to encourage y'all to go over to his live right now. He's chopping it up, sharing more about the details, just celebrating or whatever. And when I hear anniversary, I also hear anniversary party in my heart because I know that we're going to be having a party.
Well, you remember that conversation we had last week?
It's going to be a little party.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm loving it. Just wanted to remind you all also that on April 19th, Saturday, April 19th at 9:00, we'll be doing a open door group session called Safe Haven, where you are welcome to come and be part of an open forum discussion. It's not political based, it's not business based or whatever. It's about self, sharing ideas, being able to establish community with people who are looking for an opportunity to have some people to build with, to connect with, to grow with, and what that looks like. We'll also be using resiliency, what is that called? Curriculum, so that we'll have some type of format, icebreaker structure. But we'll be here, we'll be chilling and give you opportunity, and we'll kick it off this that Saturday, April 19th. And again, just remember, it's every third Saturday of the month. We'll be posting it and sharing that as well, just to provide another opportunity. And of course, we'll be here at Calm Wellness Services. I'm excited about the way the building is growing, excited about the way the practices inside are growing. You gotta love it. And it's becoming exactly what I had hoped. Which happened to be, it didn't fall in line the way that I planned it, of course, but whose plan does all the time? It's falling in line the way it was meant to be, and I'm thankful for that 130% for all of the practitioners as well as the business owners who facilitate and will be practicing in the building. We got a new business that's coming in. I don't know if you know Lexi Ellis, Andre Ellis' daughter. She's going to be starting her business here, so she'll be here. Starting, I think it's May 1st. She's doing her grand opening, which is the Glow 414. Glow Services is in the building. So all these types of extensions of practice for wellness on multiple levels. I'm just excited about it. And I'm glad to have you guys be part of that. If you are in need of a massage, of course, I want to remind you to go to my website, which is Welkalm, WELKALM. Like, you're welcome because you are all times and in love. And it's been a good day. I want to thank my sisters for being here with me today. Thank you guys for your love, your time, your patience, for sharing, your transparency, and all of you for being in the building as well. Just how to be on the screen because I liked. I love y'all. I love y'all. It's been good. And until next week.
Until next week. Thank you for having us, Patrice.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.